let's go to our M&B Show page. Do you want to do share screens, or are you all right?
Uh,
I think it's all right because your computer might slow down or something, or mine. I don't know. So grace period, people. Grace period. I'm just gonna wait until we actually go live. Brandon.
what?
Brandon.
I just walked
You're so
outside.
scary, man.
What?
You must have mental
Yeah,
issues.
he's really has Who has dental issues again?
Dental issue? Well,
Yeah, dental issues.
it's just a checkup. Or, like the thing that the dentist just says, you have to come in every 6 months for. That's because I'm not making exaggerated mouth movements. It doesn't
I think
move
it's
because of the
Brandon's joke.
microphone. It would move because of the webcam. Meow. Okay, well, there are technical difficulties, such as my cat mouth not moving. Meow.
Okay. Nobody can see your cat mouth yet, but we're live, so I guess we can start the show. Hello. I'm Mikey.
And I am Brandy.
And welcome to M&B Show. We have a huge ass list of topics today. Brendan has them. They're not in the description, not all of them anyway. Just to say, we're gonna cover a pretty fun topic that I think Brendan and I will enjoy discussing. I think. What do you think, Brendan?
There's a lot of topics we have, and
I
a
know,
lot
right?
of them are really good.
I think one of our biggest quote unquote predictions is that once all the drama dies down, we will have nothing to talk about. And I think we were wrong. Yeah. It's so much fun to have topics to talk about. One thing we would like to address right away is it's not like it bothers us, but I think it should be talked about. Is that even before the show started, we got one dislike. Brendan, what do you want to say about that?
I'd like to say first that somebody who disliked a video before it even started
He's a
needs
hater.
to have their brain checked.
Well, I think that comes without saying, but I just, it's so petty. It's like, we're gonna do better than you, and we're gonna get shitload of likes, and people will enjoy the
Yeah.
show. You're like, oh, let me give them one dislike. It's gonna bug them. Oh, kinda, not really, but I just wanted to address that. Good job, sir. I hope you feel better, Brendan.
Yeah. I hope he gets hurt.
Oh, you're so mean, evil kitty. So yeah, as always, Danny the dog, and what did you call yourself again?
I am Balthazar the kitty.
Yeah, Balthazar's kitty is here as well. So she's the host for the M&B Show. Wow, I think we hit the 50 show milestone, and then I realized nothing changed, which was kind of sad. But you know what? We're gonna start out with a small topic that we have, sort of in the description of the show. Stop opening your mouth. Are you yawning? You're yawning,
Yeah.
aren't you? We have view milestone. Yay! So Brendan and
Yay.
I recently hit 1.9 million views on YouTube. It's a big deal. Is it a big deal? Like, honestly, Brendan, is it a big deal?
Yes, it is a very big deal to get 2 million views.
1.9.
1.9.
Obviously, we always advocated views are not important. However, every director should have a milestone of some sort. Our milestone is sort of still 2 million views and 5,000 subscribers. That's our milestone. The moment we reach these two milestones is the moment we can sort of sit back on our lazy chairs and say, Brandon, we succeeded. Would you like a
Yes.
trumpet? That's a yes.
I would like a combat.
A crumpet. A
Crumpet.
1.9 is a big number, truth be told. The funny thing is that according to YouTube, our lifetime views, so since the moment the channel began until now, is 2,050,000 views. The reason for that is because we deleted a bunch of videos that had a lot of views on them, because silly me did not realize deleting videos means you're gonna get less views, as in on your actual number count. And I'm like, gasp, I lost so many views. And then you realize, oh, YouTube is being stupid. It removes the views you already earned because your video is not up anymore. Oh, well, who cares? Oh, whatever. One of those videos was the Halloween special. But have you seen the Halloween special?
I may have. I don't think so.
I don't think you have. It was when I voiced 4 characters from season 1 of Lisa War, correct? And
Yeah, that would have been before my time.
and I pretty much cross-dressed them all. So I cross-dressed all of them into females. In Reach, it actually was my first Reach Machinima, and it got up to around 50,000 views, and then it got muted, and it got into 50,000 views within like, I don't know, within like a year. And it's not a bad number for like a really short, really stupid video. And I deleted it because I'm like, who's gonna watch it? It's muted. And then I realized,
You could have privated it.
yeah, I could have privated it, and probably could have saved myself like 50,000 views. But unfortunately, that did not happen. So, oh well. But either way, 1.9 million views, that's our milestone live for you guys right now. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Of course, it's subscribers and viewers and people who follow our channel all the time. That's pretty much who brings us the views. Brendan, would you like to say something?
Oh, thank everybody who is not still being a bull honky.
Your mouth wasn't moving again. I think the microphone covers your mouth. That's why it doesn't see it. Move your tongue. Oh, it doesn't work. You have to actually manually move your tongue. But you know what? This is what we wanted to talk to you guys about. Is a milestone. Thank you so much. It's a big milestone for us. We're only 100,000 views away from our high milestone, at which point we're gonna say thank you again, and we're probably gonna have another patch. So
A patch.
a patch is amazing. I love patches. Like we recently did a patch, and I can't wait until we release a new one, because I'm that excited about patches. But anyway, our second topic is, before we move on to more sinister things, is new collectible for Trigrams. Oh my god, I just talked about this. So, what you call it? Funny thing is that we released the concept art for the first patch, and then we got the patches. Right now, I'm holding them in my hand. We will be sending them out pretty soon. And Brennan and I talked about it. Why don't we make this a collectible? So we thought about it a few tens minutes, maybe 20 minutes, and like, you know what? We probably can make a collectible card type thing where we introduce like characters from our series, give them names. Well, obviously give their names, ranks, position. You know, little bios. What you call it? Little
Have
bios.
our own little RTS.
Yeah, like little bios. And the more I thought about it, it's not expensive to make them. I'm pretty sure sending them out won't be as expensive either way. So Ben and I decided, you know what, we're gonna release patches like every other month or so, and each patch is gonna be different. Obviously gonna be occasion patches. The 50th M&B show obviously is an occasion. We're also gonna have a skill and claw patch. That's the next patch we're gonna do. Once Elites of War anniversary hits, we're gonna do some Elites of War patches, and we're gonna procedurally make them better and better. Maybe we'll hire an artist down the line to make them epic, and see how that works out. But yeah, more patches incoming. Brendan, I mean, you like the patches, right?
Alright, be careful!
Okay, I'll be careful.
Yeah, mama.
Mommy. So yeah, you like the patches, right?
Yes.
You
I
think-
like the patches.
Like, he wants a patch, and I'm not gonna give him one.
Yeah, we have
Like-
to settle for something better.
Brendan, I don't have enough patches. I've got 6 patches, and 6 patches all got taken. I mean, we got 6 requests, right? 6 or 7 requests.
Well, if you want to think about it like that, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far.
So we have 5 requests plus Brandon. So I think that's a good turnout. It's not too expensive for us to do, and I'll just have fun with it. I like patches. So watch out for more patches, some character patches, event patches, so forth and so on. And patches are also gonna be sort of like rewards for when we do contests. Why are you just moving your mouth? You're just yawning a lot, man.
No, I rubbed my nose and my cat just spazzes out. Like here, I'm rubbing my nose right now.
Yeah, so that's it, I guess, in terms of patches. What?
My cat's face.
It's laughing. Why are you complaining for?
No, just rubbing my nose,
Um,
and all of a sudden it turned to the
Now,
side.
before we move on to some of better topics, Brendan, I think there's a few topics that I wanted to cover from last M&B show.
Okay.
And I think you got a list. So what was that topics that I wanted to cover before we cover the main topic?
Small directors' issues are now taking center stage since big directors are gone.
Yeah, I want to sort of rephrase that. It's really mellows down. Since the past 3 weeks, there hasn't been anything going on, which is so awesome. It's been quiet and peaceful. There is no infighting or whatever you want to call it. And overall, I'm just enjoyable experience to sort of, Brandon and I, we're sort of like fans on the bleachers watching a baseball game or a basketball game or a football game. And we see these teams go at each other, right? And you can't help but say, it's like watching somebody play a video game, right? It's like, don't go there. Use this gun. Use that gun. What are you doing? And that's what I noticed M&B Show is like. It's us sort of looking and sort of saying, well, you should have done that. You should have done this. And then saying our opinion, much like you would do during a walkthrough of a game. Like, sometimes these playthroughs are just, like, so dumb and stupid.
I know. I just get done watching Markiplier play Alien.
It was a good game, but I heard it got bad reviews.
No, Alien Isolation, the new one.
It got bad reviews, man.
Oh.
Bad reviews. I don't want to buy that game. So, what you call it? We're gonna answer that question later, Solar Flare. Don't fret. We will answer that question. But yeah. So that's what and no, suddenly the game became really mellow and slow, and I like it. How about you, Brendan?
Say that again with feeling.
The game became very mellow and slow, as opposed to all actiony and fist punchy.
I thought it was. I don't know. It's not what I was hoping. Early on, I was like, I want them to blow out their asses and chill out afterwards. But in the end, it's still just another simmering down with them going to resent each other over time.
And then friends again. Well, I'm not talking about specifics. I'm talking about generally speaking.
Generally speaking, it's calm now. But, I mean, there's still going to be assholes around.
Yeah, but don't you feel like it's sort of like a new smooth area that everybody can just go slide and do their thing?
Well, sure. The figurehead is gone at the moment. At the moment.
Okay, at the moment.
And so, I mean, now that the figurehead is sort of out of the way, I'm sure they'll be able to relax a bit more.
Okay, that's good. I would like to say something in terms of small directors. Now, we did our show last time and we covered the topic, the small directors being all prickly and pretty about big directors, and we weren't good at it, right? We weren't really good at it, and you won't believe that after the show, it blew up even more because these guys saw it and like, oh, you exposed us. How dare you? Even though Brandon and I, we did not mention names, where they came from, who they are, and we deleted every comment that sort of exposed them. Because I'm like, I don't really want people to kind of hit on them or anything of the sort, even though our fans are awesome. They never do that anyway. But I was sort of like, you know what? I want to defend these guys, even though they don't like us. And things just blew up out of proportion. And these guys got suspended, and then they left, and then a few of them still sort of like murmuring. I think one of the quotes that I really want to say is like, how dare you not defend me against this big guy? I thought you guys were on my side. Sort of something along those lines, Brandon. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm just going to sit back and wait a bit.
Do you think it's worth covering in the future? The small directors being all prickly and whatnot.
Prickly small directors are going to be everywhere. If we were going to cover that in the future, we would be exhausted. It's like being a racist New Yorker.
Well said. I actually know a few. They just go and know. And okay, but I really hope that they will kind of learn, because we're talking about 14, 15-year-old kids who, again, I don't want to be, I don't want to be insensitive, but they just don't know how to handle shit. So, we probably will not be covering it anymore, but we stand by what we said last time. We are not gonna change our opinion on that matter. Okay, what was the other subtopic, Brandon?
Our next topic would
What's a
be
subtopic?
defining what a director is. Oh wait,
Defining? No. There was something else. I told you to
mm,
put there.
there was no subs. You
No,
gave
I
list.
told you to put something like, what is calling someone out versus
Oh,
discussion? Do you have
wow.
that?
See that you're jumping around though. That's at the bottom of the list.
I told you to put it before we cover the main topic.
Uh,
So read that one.
Calling people out versus speculating, discussing and voicing opinion.
Again, this is sort of connection to what we said last time on the show. I just want to really, really briefly cover this and sort of say who. But again, I'm gonna first discuss what's calling somebody out is versus discussing, and what was the other thing I said? And speculating, right? So
Yeah.
we discussed few directors who are quitting Machinima, and Brennan and I, we sort of disagreed on a few things, and I said, you know what, they're not gonna quit, they're gonna stay, and they're just gonna change what they do. And one of the people we covered Evan Royalty, Lambda Machinima. We covered, what's his name, Mike WB a little bit, right? We just talked about it
Yeah.
really briefly, and we also talked about Spearhead. Talk about Spearhead, the Spearhead guy who releases really fun content. And I think we spent like a minute and a half saying, I think I said something. Actually, if we can, we're probably gonna listen to the previous show, but I definitely said something along the lines of, I don't think he's quitting, and I think he makes money from this. He's gonna continue doing it unless he stops making money. And even if he is stopping making Machinima, I don't think he's gonna go away from YouTube. He's gonna go into live action or something of the sort. And I think there was no like insults or cursing involved in that show regarding to Spearhead, and it was really mellow, really respectful towards him. It was just my opinion and my speculation, and we discussed it. And little did I know that the place where the small directors were at, he shows up there, and he says something along the lines, well, I show that M&B Show thingy, and what they said about me was really disrespectful. They don't know me at all. Lol. He did the smiley face.
The whole passive aggressive dismissive thing.
Correct. So, what I want to say is, first of all, there's a difference between not knowing somebody and knowing of somebody and their actions, so forth and so on. Sure, we might not talk to him. He might not talk to us. We might not share anything specific with each other. However, we know company he keeps. Funny thing is, like, every time that the company he keeps is involved into some sort of quote-unquote drama, he's the first one to jump out and say, oh, I'm not involved in this. I didn't know. Like, honestly, it wasn't me. I wasn't involved. Usually he's really, like, defensive. Even though nobody's calling him out or, like, saying anything about him, he's going to go and jump in and say, I was not for it. Like, I don't want people to get confused about what I did. Even though nothing against him was said. It's, like, really defensive attitude for no reason. I mean, if you keep the company you keep and you are involved with them in these things, there is no way you're not involved. You're involved in some manner or form. And generally speaking, when somebody is overly defensive, it means they did something. So there were a few things when he was involved into little minor things, and he would say like, oh, I didn't do it. Could you please not involve me in this? Even though you're already involved because you're involved with people who did this. So it's kind of counterproductive to say that. It's sort of saying admission of guilt through denial. Does that make sense?
Just saying you didn't do it, and by saying you didn't do it, you said something that only you would know, and you would incriminate yourself.
Yeah, that's pretty much what a lot of people on YouTube do. They like jump in to defend themselves, saying, "Oh, not my fault." But how would you know it's not your fault if you don't know that if you wouldn't know the details? How would
I
you
didn't
not be
stab him
involved?
35 times. I said you stabbed him 34.
Oh,
Damn.
So he thought that we were sort of disrespectful. I actually would urge you to go to last M&B Show and actually listen to a minute and a half snippet that we talked about, and it's kind of again, like we got Skype messages with him involved in things that he says he wasn't involved in. You know, we see how he interacts with people. He's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
But
I
to
mean,
say that we were offensive or rude when we literally spent a minute and a half just to say, I don't think so, I think this and this and this, and you're gonna go get offended because we speculated about you? That's extremely, extremely defensive. And why would you be defensive if you don't care? I'm just curious. I mean, and the thing is, he actually tried to convince someone else off it. You know, it's like saying, "Oh yeah, I agree with you, man. You're my buddy now." You know, sort of that sort of thing. I think that's the only reason why he came there. Truth be told, like he saw that we posted it there. He came there. That he just wanted to put his 2 cents so people would dislike us. It's my opinion. That's what I think. That's where it comes the thing between calling someone out and discussing someone. Last time on M&B Show we actually discussed it. Even now we're just discussing it. Calling out would be something that Lambda did to Virus, and Virus did to Lambda, and vice versa. That would be something that's called calling someone out. When you directly, purposefully doing this, not just in the course of a conversation that you have about a topic like we do. Somebody brought up, you know, a lot of Machinima quitting, and we started listing people that we know who said they would be quitting. And we sort of covered that topic a little bit. And it wasn't directed at anyone specific. I mean, if Evan Royalty came and said something, you were disrespectful, yada yada, that's what we understandable, because yeah, truthfully told, I was really rude and really mean towards Evan Royalty. However, Spearhead saying it sort of like boggles my mind, because I sort of like the guy until I realized how is he involved in all these bullshit that was going on for the past year. So I sort of look back and I'm like, dude, you're really misinterpreting it, or you just purposefully trying to soil our image like your buddies do all the time. So, dude, you're involved up to your goblet. What do you want to? You want to add something, Brad? I think you had something really cool, a passive aggressive thing to talk about.
well, no, it's just. I mean, it sounds a little bit worse when you say it out loud, but he's been he's been a pretty cool guy. I
He
mean,
is. That's what we said right away.
he's never done anything rude to us beyond just, the way he talks to us.
Yeah, it's sort of
Like I said, there's passive, aggressive, dismissive. So it's
demeaning
like,
and dismissive. I think
it's
that's
like,
it.
a question, or not a question, but, the way he would talk would be like, I would like you to do this, but you don't have to. But if you don't, whatever.
Right. It's like, are you trying to help somebody, or you just don't care,
It's
or what? What do you think
it,
you're better, so you're telling them what to do, but then again you say you don't care, so you don't care how they do. Pick one side, man.
it's a strange mix of saving his own face and,
Voicing his
just
inner opinion
yeah. And I mean, it's not like he does it. I don't think he does it to
on
be
purpose, right?
malevolent,
Yeah, but I love
but
it, malevolent.
it's just, the way he says it, the way he does, sort of leads to strange impressions at first if I don't think about it.
Yeah. Before Brendan continues, I would like to say we do have some videos in the background in the future. Just bear with us because we're covering topics that we don't really want to cover. It's not our main topic for today. However, we will sort of cover. We're going to have some videos playing some Elise of War in the background for you guys to enjoy while we discuss the main topic. So, yeah, continue, Brendan.
Um, Hold on, I was just typing something. Yeah, but I mean, the way it is, it's just, I wish it was just better communication.
I think the reason is because the circle of friends that he keeps, that's why there's a lot of miscommunication going on. Because remember, he doesn't watch content of a lot of people. He watches content of his friends, and his friends are limited.
Yeah,
So
it's just,
you can't really blame him for misinterpreting things because he's not around.
I don't know. I was just imagining it. Like, there's the 100 heads of the Hydra, and he's one of the heads
But
of
he doesn't
many, but
bite.
he actually, like, he's the one head that has a brain. And so, he has the potential to be a
Capacity.
really awesome guy, but it's just there's a lot of
Other heads,
miscommunication going
other
on.
heads bring him down.
Yeah, I mean, that body is still going to move on its own since the majority of the heads want to go a certain way.
That being said, I would like to apologize for, I guess, assuming that he is not done with Machinima. He clearly said he was done, so that's it. he released his last Machinima, I believe. So I will apologize for that, but not for not my opinion or my speculation. So I still hold to my I'm positive he's gonna be still around, doing all the stuff he does before, and I'm not gonna take that back. I don't take shit back. That being said, what are our next topic, man? I think there was one more subtopic I wanted to cover.
Beyond that, it's
you probably put it down again.
Okay, probably that would be maybe solid versus aggressive stances, self-identity, influence.
No, that's part of the main topic.
All right. Well, after that, it's defining what a director is, creating an idea or identity, creating a style, creating individuality.
Before we start with our main topic, there's one topic I know people want us to cover. I know everybody saw the real digital virus video. Brandon and I do not want to cover it unless it is requested.
Yeah, didn't a video like that come out already, though?
3 of them. Like, there's 3 videos about that. Now, there's 3 videos about that. The recent one called the real digital virus. Like, we do not want to cover it because everything is there. We already knew. But if you're interested in we can cover it. However, don't expect us to go all ape shit on it.
Yeah, I mean, it can be just really summarized anyway.
It can be, but I actually want to say this. Just one thing about this. I'm positive that Tomobro recorded it because Virus asked him. Because just a few days beforehand, we actually wanted to get Virus on the show to talk about this exact stuff.
We didn't want to have him on the show. We wanted to
talk about him, correct? But then he said, "I want to be on the show." Like,
keep hitting on the shoe on the ground.
Yeah, like you remember to explain that we were going to, talk favorably.
Yeah, and then favorably, and then he's like, maybe I should come and tell my story. And said, you know what? How about if you sort of clean the story up to be nice? But we couldn't come to an agreement. But anyway, what he said was really, really weird because it was extremely familiar to what he wanted to talk about on the show.
Yeah.
And to me, it seems like, it's like, let me go do this and get it out anyway without these guys helping me. But I don't want to do it on my channel. Yeah. Let me do it on the third party's channel instead. And I think that's what happens. Again, I'm speculating, but it's just way too convenient.
I actually would like to analyze his points, though. Like maybe in a separate video.
I'm not ready for that. Like,
but
I'm not ready for that.
Yeah, I want to analyze them and try to there's probably a decent amount of logic in there if you look about it. But
you know what? Like, as much as I don't like him, you gotta really admit that his logic, while flawed in a lot of places, it really flows. Like,
flows. Before we glorify it, it's just
it's rant. It was a big ass rant. That's what it was.
He probably has a lot of good points. It's just the something I've learned in communication class because I'm in college too for filming and such. Delivery. If he could deliver the information in a much better way, I have a feeling a lot more people would rally behind him.
I would say a lot more people who don't like him will sort of step back and say, "Oh, we have a badass over here." But
at least they respect him a bit more.
Again, respect is earned from the start. Like, these small directors who are against us right now because I said that, hey, big directors don't owe you anything, they don't have any respect for both of us because they think we're better than them, even though nothing of the sort was said.
Well, if they think that, that's their fault.
Yeah, they really never watched the M&B Show. But yeah, that's, if you want us to cover it more, say so. However, Brendan and I, we have no interest in covering it besides what Brendan said, and only if we ever being asked exactly to do that. Because, Lambda and Virus have been really quiet and really cooperative and really, just doing their thing, doing their machinima. That's what they're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do. However, we have a show to run. And usually when you run a show, there's lots of controversy involved. I would like to say that I'm so glad that Sam still does his shows. There's another Machinima director who does a show as well. Like, honestly, I think ever since we started doing the shows, everybody else started doing the show with us. It's like, I'm not gonna go ahead and be condescending and say, fuck, we inspired this shit, Brandon. Like, we've been doing it for so long, people are like, fuck it, I want to do my own. Because
Yeah.
everybody loves to show their opinion. Everybody.
Remember, we have to do that whole devil's advocate thing. A lot of them did have podcast series and such beforehand.
But there weren't shows.
Yeah, they weren't shows, they were just podcasts, which,
They were talking about bullshit. Now people are actually covering topics.
Yeah.
And irony, we covered Red vs. Blue. Oh, there's another topic I want to cover, Ruby. We covered Red vs. Blue and Ruby in our last show, and Sam covered Red vs. Blue and Ruby on the last show.
Yeah. I didn't realize that, but
We just came up with it because somebody asked us to cover it. And they covered it too. So I'm like, what? 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 Whatever. You know, if they want to follow our footsteps, fuck it, let's do it.
Solar Flare's question.
Oh,
Did you get some of the inspiration for Elites of War from the Metal Gear series? I saw some similarities between the two.
No, absolutely not. There
Yeah,
were no.
Mikey doesn't like Japanese.
I don't like
games or
Japanese
series.
crap. I don't. Especially Metal Gear. Stupid name, stupid premise, stupid timeline. Is he old? Is he young? Tell me, please. One. Is he a robot?
He's a clone.
He's a clone. Can you?
Yeah,
I don't
like,
care.
There's
I don't like
there's
the
a
game.
normal him in the past, and then there's a clone
Brendan,
that ages really quickly.
I don't care. All right. That being said, there's one more topic I want to cover before we move on to the big one. Ruby. Brendan nagged me a lot.
I didn't nag you too much.
Shut up. He nagged me, and I watched the first season, and I got hooked. I hate anime with a passion. Like, I hate anime. The only anime I really like is One Piece and Pokemon when I was a
Sailor
kid.
Moon.
Shut up. That's old. People don't know it. And I enjoyed Ruby a lot. I do like these stupid characters. I like the girly. I mean, who doesn't like girls with tits? That's probably why I do like it, because girls with tits.
And they don't have to resort to all the
And
Japanese.
there's a blonde stupid
manufacturing.
guy, right? And they don't look Japanese either. So I'm really glad that I'm really liking it. I like the story so far. I like the animation. Like, I can see Valak do this animation because it's done. It's sloppily done, but it's a good stylistic sloppy. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean,
it's not point for point.
it's American.
But the guy is Chinese, right? Like, he's Asian of descent, right? Monty is Asian of descent. Correct?
Yeah, but I'm black of descent, and you don't see me making African stories. So
You have an afro.
I mean, it's a Americanized take on anime action.
Yeah. So that being said, I really.
Done way better than Evan Royalty. I'm sorry, that was a dig. I'm sorry.
Oh, I would like to say that I extremely enjoyed Ruby. I like the fights because that's what Valak does, and you know, they really were similar to Red vs. Blue fights in the seasons 10 and 11. So I enjoyed that. I really like the character. And my favorite character, like, honestly, is the Amazon chick.
Pyrrha, the
Pyrrha,
Greek one,
Yes, the
modeled
Greek one.
after Achilles, or
Correct.
whoever the hell it is that cross-dressed.
Not Achilles. She's modeled after, what's her name? Not Aphrodite, the goddess of war.
No, not
Athena.
Ares.
No?
No, not Athena. All of the characters of Team Juniper, or whatever it is, with Jean, Lynn,
Yeah. They're all
Nora.
Greek gods. I get it.
No, they're all modeled after people in history who have cross-dressed.
Whatever. I do not like Ruby. Like, funny enough, like the character Ruby, I don't like. I don't like her. She's annoying, and she's bad. She's not kid annoying. She's just annoying. Her sister is stupid. Like, yellow one, what's her name? Yang Wang Shang. They're sisters, but they have different names. What?
Well, yeah, I don't have the same name as my brother.
Oh, yeah, but what? But they don't give a backstory to it. Anyway, like, I don't like her. I think she's stupid.
Different moms.
Yeah, I think she's really stupid. Phantom Pain is the one with the pirate chick, right?
Oh. What?
No, oh, it's a game. No, I will not like it. I don't like anything Metal Gear. I don't. I hate it. I don't like Metal Gear Solid. Nothing gonna change that. So again, I like the Pyrrha character. I like the kitty girl, the moody one, the black one, racist.
Blake. Her name is Blake.
Yeah, the black one. Thank you. I don't like the Roman character. I think he's like too cheesy.
Roman?
Roman, the red-headed evil guy with the white pants.
Ah, the pimp.
Yeah. I
He's a
think that the
pimp.
green guy is the Oz. Wow, he's green. Wizard of Oz. He lives in a fucking tower. I'm just realizing this stuff. The Oz, I think he's evil. I
You
think
think
Oz
he's
is
evil?
I think Oz is evil, like
Is it
truly
just because
inside.
he's oldish and awesome?
He doesn't look oldish, but I think he's evil.
He's got gray hair.
Yeah,
Well, I guess
and
that's a stylistic thing.
yeah. I hate the witch, the bitch witch, the Glenda the bitch, Gwendolyn, whatever her name is.
The secretary.
Yeah, like she's stupid.
I don't know. She has that sexy librarian look.
So I like the goofy girl. I like the
Nora.
moody, yeah, I like the moody guy, and I like the Pira. So I hate everybody in that stupid team except Blake. Like in the Ruby team, I hate everybody except Blake, because the white one is a bitch, the yellow one is dumb, the red one is annoying. So I got left with the black one. But guess what?
She's the emo one.
Well, maybe I like Emus, whatever. So yeah, I want to say that I enjoyed Ruby. I'm
Yeah.
watching season 2 right now, so I'm enjoying season 2 a lot more than season 1, because I get to see less of the annoyance from the red bitch, and I get to see the cool other red bitch, whatever. Um, yeah.
Story wise, it was supposed to
I
be
you
like two
know
completely different
I'll be
stories.
honest. Story wise, I like it, but it's weak.
Well,
Oh,
it's
rebellion. Oh,
protect
evil,
monsters.
Yeah, I like the fights. I like the choreography, but I don't find story to be all that inspiring. But then again, it's just fun series. That's all it is. I really
Yeah.
enjoy it because it's fun. So I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. Because it's anime, technically, and I hate anime, so I have to take off 2 points. And 0.5 is for the annoying characters. And the voices, oh my god. It's like they purposely make the voice annoying.
Well, Ruby's voice is definitely annoying. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we covered that. I think we did a good job with that. I think we did an
Yes.
amazing job covering that. Again, if anybody got offended, you have to understand. We're not calling you out. We're just discussing something that we notice. We don't just cover things because we cover them. We observe them, and then we cover them. So, to you all, go suck on it.
I need to
And if
look
you
up Phantom
like,
Pain.
honestly, if they really don't care, why are they so pissed off? Something that Lambda said, and that's in a good way. Lambda said it in a good way. It's not wasn't offensive. Again, Lambda is really respectful lately, and he said something.
Lately.
Yeah, lately. And he says something along the lines of, "Well, your M&B shows cause a lot of drama." And now that I think about it, what exactly have we caused? No, exactly. Let's take away our experiment, because that was just a fun thing to do. Take that away. What have we caused with M&B shows? Our fans. Let me just say it. Because it was a rhetorical. I want to answer it too, and then you can answer it. Our fans don't attack anybody. Our fans laugh it off right here in the show. Our fans enjoy the show because they get to hear us talk. They don't really take anything we say like, "Oh, banner in arms." What? Like, fans, let me ask you, people who are watching, there's 11 of you, 9 if you count me and Brendan. Have you ever taken what we said on M&B show and attacked somebody or caused drama of your own? Just say no, just a little answer, no or yes. Just say that. If you say yes, we're going to talk to you a bit later, but if you say no, just say no, because I'm really, really curious. Have you ever taken what we said on M&B show and actually used that as ammunition against somebody? Answer that. Me and Brendan's going to. So, Brendan, do you think we caused anything?
Um, well, I'm just going to think about it as
No, I want direct cause, not how we could have caused it. Have we caused anything with our opinion sharing?
not directly.
Again, direct. Well, then what do you mean indirectly?
Well, for us, it's more like we're providing the magazines for them to put their bullets in to fire at the other people.
Huh.
We're not providing the ammo. We're not actually telling them where to aim, but we're just sort of making it a little bit easier for them to, argue amongst themselves. And that's simply because we, reveal information that they didn't know, and then they'll use it, on each other.
But
So
we're just a third party.
yeah, and
So-
we're not actually doing anything, but it's just what we let out can be used negatively.
So then my question continues to be, how are we how are we creating drama when all we are doing, according to Brandon, is nothing except just compile everything that's already known?
it's like we're a dog. You know, imagine a dog on a chain. If somebody slips on that chain because the dog was just sort of doing its own business and
Mm-hmm.
walking out a little bit and made the chain lift a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
somebody trips on that chain. It's not the dog's fault.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you know, somebody needed to watch where they're walking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so again, if you guys have theories or witnessed us being referenced to M&B Show said to do this, motherfucker, and I'm gonna do this. So,
So there's a whole bunch of no, no, nah, no.
and then watching this and eating ramen is a good mix. Thank you. I
Oh
like
my God,
ramen.
that is a good mix.
It
I
is
need
a
to
good
get.
mix.
I want ramen.
Yeah, I know. And I really want to ask Lambda again, like how we caused anything. Just give me, and just tell me exactly what we caused. And I just didn't ask him last time because it was really nice discussion. I just didn't want to bring in something negative. So that's what we want to talk about. 1.9 million views. We've been here for 5 years, 6 years. We're still here. And for all of you who just started out, small directors, remember, it's not the views that matter. It's you having fun. The views will come with the fun. And then you can do what we do. Create patches, talk to your fans, have your own show. It all will come to you if you just do what you want and not click refresh every time new video comes out like, oh no, I didn't get my 100 views. Oh, mommy. Brandon, want to add something to that little snippet?
Yeah, just, you know, I don't want to do any random celebrity references, but I think Kanye West was like in a commercial for a certain sports drink that everybody likes.
Uh-huh.
Do you?
Do you? Do you? Do you?
The
Do
Mountain Dew
you?
commercial.
Do
Just
you? Okay.
this is how we do. So
This is
do
how we do
you?
it. Okay, guys, so we're gonna watch some Elites of War while you listen to us talk. This is the Chronicles, so it's okay. What I wanted to say is we actually would like to tell you how to be a successful independent director. I
I
know
was
it's sort
actually
of
a little iffy on that one.
yeah, it sounds like a very mouthful thing, but there is a little logic behind it. And Brennan and I we prepared this little topics we're going to talk about. And remember, this is our opinion of what a good director is and what a successful director is. Again, remember, we don't look at views or subscriber count, we're just looking at the director himself. So, that being said, Brennan, fire off the first topic.
Okay, let's define what a director is.
This is how it's gonna work. I'm gonna tell my opinion of what a director is, and Brenna's gonna go look up an exact a definition of what a director is. So Brenna, go do that while I actually,
Yes, master.
yes, good. So in my opinion, was a director. In my early years, I thought that being a machinima director was being on a machinima.com. And you know what? At that time, when I was around 2009, that was the thing. Because in order to be a director, you had to be with machinima.com. However, after watching the machinima on machinima.com and making my own and realizing what it takes, I changed my opinion on that. Which means what I actually realize is that when you actually begin working on a film, when you have body actors and so forth and so on, what actually you're doing is directing and editing and compiling, making you the everything of the film industry, including a director. So whenever I see a person who made 4 machinimas, from shorts to longs to drama, when they cover a wide range of different genres, in my opinion, that person is a director now. When he experienced everything there's experienced to the directorial prowess of being able to make movies. So every genre and every length of a sword and effects, so forth and so on, when they cover that small list of requirements, to me, the person is a director. And believe me or not, my requirements are extremely low. Direct a drama, direct a comedy, direct action, try to use Sony Vegas plugins, and maybe, that's optional, try to use the After Effects plugins if you can. To me, that's when you become a director. Brendan, did you find the definition?
Yeah.
Okay, could you read the actual definition of what director means?
The definition of film director, as opposed to, you know, from Wikipedia. A
Wiki.
film director is a person who directs the making of a film. Generally, a film director controls a film's artistic and dramatic aspects and visualizes the script while guiding the technical crew and actors in the fulfillment of that vision. Essentially, he's the man who sits down at the camera and says, "This is how you do."
And this is how directors do.
This
So,
is how the
If
directors
you,
do.
you heard my definition, correct? Would you say that my definition and the definition of actual definition have a lot of crosses between them?
It's definitely close.
All right, so we define what a director is. You might think that you just created content for YouTube, but the moment you tell a body actor or a voice actor how to do something, you're directing their actions. And when you move the camera around, you're technically moving the cameraman around, so you are directing the camera. You're imposing your artistic vision of the script you have. So, you are a director, even if you do two machinimas, according to definition. But we have our own definition, and that's what I just explained. So when you cover all ranges of type of machinima, drama, action, comedy, so forth and so on, that's when you, in my opinion, in my eyes, become a director. I hope that was would you say it was a really nice way of saying what I consider to be a director? Would you say it was condescending and mean?
I think you had a nice idea of what your definition of a director was.
All right, now tell me your definition of director, Brandon.
For me, director is just one of the roles you take. It's a sub role to me.
You're
The
writer,
director,
first of all, right?
yeah, well, yeah. So there's multiple roles that I take when making a machinima. First, I am a writer. I am the one who will write a script. Well, I guess that technically makes me a producer. I am the one who gets together the inspiration for the thing. So I'm the producer first, then I'm the writer. Then I'm an actor when I do filming and voice acting for my own things. The only time I am technically considered as a director is when I tell somebody else to do something.
Or when you move
And,
the camera. Oh, camera's a cameraman, you're right.
well, nah, I'm not moving a cameraman. I'm moving a video game camera,
So
which
you
is a
are the
program.
cameraman.
So I am the cameraman. And so there's a reason I don't use the term director when referring to people who make machinima. They're only a director when they're communicating with other people. That's the only time you direct someone instead of use a simple program. And so when I think of somebody who makes machinima, I use the more general term of filmmaker because that is what they do. They make films, and it leaves out all the stupid little things where people will be like, "Oh, I have all of these. I'm a director. I'm James Cameron." You know, it's just director is too lofty of a thing when they use it in certain ways. And so filmmaker, you know, if somebody says, "Oh, I'm a filmmaker on YouTube." You're a filmmaker. You just you make videos. That's what you do. You don't have to be like, you know, all
I'm a
awe-inspired.
director.
Yeah, just I'm a filmmaker. Okay.
And you act as a director in your filmmaking career.
yes.
I like this. I like your definition a lot. But I guess what you define is what a machinima guy is. He's a machinima filmmaker. However, he is a director within the machinima model. Would you say
Yeah.
that? Okay.
He
that's
just takes one of the roles.
great. So,
Yeah.
you know, we kind of covering these topics so you would have a basic idea where we're going with when we talk about a successful, independent machinima director. We already discussed what a machinima director is, in our opinion. Me and this kitty cat. And, you know, it kind of follows a standard what a director is, and it adds more, as Brendan said, more layers on what you actually are. So don't be discouraged when somebody says, "Oh, I don't consider you a director," or "Oh, you haven't been long enough to be a director," or "Oh, I did not interview you because I don't respect you as a director," or "You're interesting as a director." Don't listen to people like that. Just listen to our definition, because our definition is so easy. And I'm going to go ahead and push this, Brendan. I think our definition is the best definition ever.
Now definitions.
Definitions. Well, they combine together to form one big thingy.
Yeah.
Brendan, what is our next topic?
Our next topic has got to be creating an identity, style, and individuality.
Yeah. Wow, that's a big one. I think we can
Mm,
cover this for a while, but let's start with the first one. What was the first one? Creating an individuality. Was it right?
identity.
Creating an identity. Now, you might be saying, well, I already have an identity. I am Bob the Builder. I have a name, I have a character. Why do I need an identity? Well, remember, when you're on YouTube, you're not Bob the Builder. You're whatever your name says is. And you have to portray yourself the way you want to portray yourself on YouTube. You become a new character. You're creating a new identity. Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people do. What they don't do is actually portray themselves in a good way. So when I talk about creating an identity, I'm talking about what do you want people to see you as on YouTube or in the business of Machinima Deck. You can be a sniveling scumbag if you really want to. You can be a respectful member of the community if you want to. You can be an instigator if you really, really want to. You can be a troll. But all of that kind of creates your identity. And I think I say from Brennan, we created our identity really easily because we did not come into YouTube or internet with underdeveloped characters. We came in really old, technically speaking. I came in my 20s, like close to my 20s. Brennan came in when he was Brennan is crazy adult. I don't know how he does that. I have no idea how he does it. Fucking adult prick. And so we did not have to build ourselves up. We just portrayed what we are to the internet. So our identity was already developed. However, for you guys who are 15, 16, your identity is not developed yet, no matter how much you want to say it is. According to the studies, you're still developing your brain when you're at the age of 16. So, in my opinion, what you guys should do is to create an identity that you would respect and like. Not something you want to joke with. Not something you want to, hey, let me paint your ass kind of an identity.
Paint your ass.
That would be nice, though. I want you guys to think and create an identity that you would respect. And I don't think normal people would respect a mofo who curses out every 5 seconds or calls somebody else's machinima crap. So that's what I'm talking about, creating an identity. Brendan?
Yeah, mine is just a really simple thing. My idea of an identity is how you want to display yourself to others. And so when you create an identity, you're supposed to just take your personality, run it through the filter known as the internet, and see what's left. For me, I'm a relatively nice guy. If I walk in, you and I are at a doorway, I'm going to open that door to let you through first. That's just how I do. So, I mean, if I go onto the internet and, I see people who, need help with something, I'll be like, okay, sure, I'll help. And, that's how I got into the whole voice acting business. So, I mean, creating an identity is easy, but
Very.
staying consistent is the hard part.
Oh, very. Well, to some people anyway.
Yes. You can't be two-faced. You can't.
No. The moment you become two-faced is when you become really, really famous and you become a moron to actually intelligent people. And you're left with stupid fans and fanboys and fangirls and not our awesome fans. Or awesome! What was the other one? Second one.
The next one would be creating a style.
Okay, this is something that we're going to cover later on as well, but style is not something that you can... There is no 4 styles. Like, I listened to Zed recently and during his interview, and he said, well, there are certain styles, and everybody who said they have their own styles, they really don't. All they do is just adjust some style that already exists.
Why do you make him sound like William Shatner?
Right? Actually, I was trying to go for, what's his name?
Wow, everybody.
That's not William Shatner.
Style.
That's what's his name?
Will
Christopher
the Bee.
Walken.
No, it's Will there be? No, William Shatner. Star Trek, the guy who pauses repeatedly.
Oh, I understand now what you're saying. Okay, so
The Peter Walken of the Star Trek universe.
Christopher Walken.
Christopher, fuck!
You're a moron, man.
No, I'm looking at episode freaking Elite Support.
Okay.
Think of episode 10. Think of Wolf. Come on.
So where was I? Where was I? God damn it. Can you tell me where was I? Please tell
We
me
were
where
talking
was I?
about, styles. You were talking about how Z said that there was
so
stuff
I
about there only
disagree
being
with
4.
what he says a lot. Like a lot of stuff that Zed says is very I again, I don't want to be mean, but a lot of stuff he says is so personal, but he passes it off as factual, and I just don't like that. So I'm really against that. So you can create your own style really easily. You know, what we have, what Brendan and I have, what Brendan and me have, yeah, we both have it. Like, we really, really, really love Red vs. Blue style, and we're trying to copy Red vs. Blue style a lot. I also have my own style, and I call it close-ups. I love close-ups. I just can't imagine a film without close-ups. Because whenever I think of a good movie, I'm thinking, a close-up of a face of a character talking. That's why I love head bobbing. I love the freaking close-ups, man. So my style is extremely close-up style. Really face style of machinima. I like zooming in. I don't like widespread shots of great wonderful areas. I like really directed. I like to direct my viewer to what I want them to see, not to see how pretty the beach 10 miles away is. So that's my style, my personal style. Gritty, up close, and very, very colorful. I like colors. I like to emphasize colors, so I add a lot of detailing into the color scheme of my films. So when you're gonna see a blue character, you're gonna see gray character and gold just right there.
Mm-hmm.
I really like to have accents, because I can't really imagine. I don't like gray films and monotonous films, which is what a lot of people do right now with their machinimas. I don't like that at all. It's gritty, it's gray, it's disgusting, it's ugly. I don't like it. I like my films colorful. I rarely do gray machinimas, like rarely. I think the grayest machinima I've ever done was the grave scene, actually. Oh my god, the grave scene when Sai actually goes to the memorials of the fallen squad mates. I think that's the grayest, both in feeling and probably the tone.
I have to say, my monochrome thing has got to be Necromancer.
Yeah, it was. You were kind of testing shit out. So
Well, yeah, but it was like, gray armor, dark stuff, gray city, and then all of a sudden,
Brendan has very, very physical comedy, really physical comedy. Brendan has, and that's pretty cool. I like his style. There's a lot of movements, a lot of jittering. Oh no. All that really over-exaggerated words, like that's Brennan's style. Over-exaggerated words and very physical comedy. That's what he's good with. And Valak is really good with everything. But I think he's really good with like comedy as well. Like, he's a really comedy guy, but he can be really dark. Like, his strength is plugging in darkness into comedy.
That's his strength. That's a photography term right there for when you balance out complete total blackness with specks of light.
Specky. So that's it. What was our third one?
Our third one is individuality.
Yeah, this is probably what really is gonna sell the independence factor in successful independent machinima director. Is if you don't have your own personality and you just try to be like someone else that you quote unquote admire, this is where you fail as a machinima director in my eyes. Look at me and Brandon. We're like two different pricks. Like,
I'm
we're
not a
so...
prick.
Shut up. Yes, you are. Like, we're so different. Like, if you watch my machinima and his, not the same. If you talk to both of us separately, not the same. We agree here because, we have similar values and similar opinions, but we're still portray them different. I mean, look at the definition of the director. I say one thing, Brandon just goes ahead and says completely different. What what I consider to be lack of individuality is when you have three people talking and all of them agree exactly the same way without having even the slightest difference in opinion. That's what I don't like about people who work together. They just don't have individuality. They have this hive mind, sort of speaking. They don't deviate from that hive mind because, I don't want to lose him as a friend. He has 10,000 subscribers. He helps me so much. Or, oh my god, if I stop being his friend, he's gonna curse me for the end of times. Oh no, I can't disagree with him. So, and then they'll learn this on and on and on and on, and then they become the same individual.
And assimilation is inevitable.
To quote Star Trek, to quote the Borg, resistance is futile. Or in Voyager, not in Voyager, in Next Generation. In Voyager is the What did I say before?
You're talking about
The resistance is futile in Voyager. So yeah, there you go. So the moment you create clones of yourself or somebody becomes a clone, that's where I think you fail as a machinima director. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people like that, and you can see by the amount of content they release and what kind of content is just fail and fail and fail and fail. No individuality. Brandon, next topic. Unless you want to add to the individuality topic thing.
I don't know. As for individuality, I don't really have much of an issue with it. I mean, it's I would never ever ever I don't really want to reference it, but our social experiment,
Mm-hmm.
like the whole entire thing is everybody thought that I had lost my individuality to the point is, and then when I, my afterwards I had gotten a bit indignant about it because I was, saying that there's no way I would let somebody steal who I was from me simply because I wanted to please them. And so individuality is, I mean, it's just a matter of, just not letting people on the internet decide who you are in life.
And again, oh my god, you're so condescending. But the way we see things, for the past 2 years, people are losing their individualities a lot for the sake of quote-unquote internet friendships. Again, I'm going to go ahead and say that me and Brennan, we didn't start out as friends. We started out as business partners. Then we became friends through time. And that works like that with everything for me. Like, I don't need internet friends. I have real friends. Why do I need some prick 10,000 miles away? No,
10,000.
You know what I mean. Not 10,000, but like 4 states away. Why do I need an internet friend? No, I need an internet business partner. And then we became friends. Because after that, I mean, what? You can become friends. You work together for a long time. You can trust each other.
Yeah.
That's how it works. All right, what's our next topic, Brandy?
Our next topic is, well, I don't know if it should be in there yet, but I'll skip it for now. Single style versus diversity.
Okay, so we talked about style, right? About filming style. What this style is actually what kind of machinima you do. If you look at our channel, and again, I'm going to be condescending a little bit, we're extremely diverse. We can do anything. Comedy, drama, action, adventure. 4 styles, completely different. Not a lot of people can do it. We can do it easily.
That's not even counting the amount of mediums we have.
Correct. Well, that's almost my next thing. So I'm going to say, we did comedy with the other guys. We did drama and action with Elites of War. We did drama with Vita de Milites. We did action with War Machine and War Thunder, one called Rook. We did, right now we're doing adventure mystery in Scale and Claw. And we're doing adventure mystery in Space Marine. What else? We did a lot of drama, like it was pure drama for Elites of War Chronicles. It was all drama. We do Skyrim machinima, Halo machinima, War Thunder machinima. We do animation. Brenda's animation, stop motion animation. We do CGI. If you count like 10 different things that we do, and that's not even counting all the extras that we approach but don't really release, that's called diversity. That's when you become diverse in what you do. Now look at the big machinima directors and look what they do. What do they do? Action, 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 action. Drama, 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 drama. Comedy, 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 comedy. They stick to what they do well, and that's why they have so many views. What they do is extremely good for views. Believe me, it's extremely good for views. What we do is horrible for views.
Well, that's what happens when we try to do the jack of all trades thing.
Well, that's kind of stupid because we're jack of all trades. We're, usually the saying goes jack of all trades but master of none. But we're really good at drama and adventure. We're really good at that. We're masters. I'm gonna go.
Even
and
a
say
jack
that.
can specialize a bit.
Correct. We don't. We just do so much. We don't focus on one thing. When we did focus on Elites of War, I told you we got what? We got 25,000 views the first year, and we jumped to 1 million the second year just because we just did Elites of War. If we were to do the same thing for these past 4 to 3 years, we probably would be already at 5 million view mark with like 10,000 subscribers.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Correct, but we just do so many different things and we try so many different things because that's what a filmmaker should do. Diversify yourself. So in my opinion, in my honest opinion, if you want the views, recognition, and fan base, do the same thing over and over again, change it up a little bit, perfect it. Perfect it. People will like that. If you want to expand your horizons as a movie maker, just try different things. Don't stick to one thing. Try different things. Try different mediums. Go live action. The reason why we can't do live action because we don't have a crew. If we had a crew and with my hate of live action, I would still do it because I really want to see, can I do a real live action drama? Can I do a live action adventure? Can I do a live action CGI mix? I would love to do that. However, I don't have the ability to do it. So I stick to making machinimas in different engines. And hell, I even tried doing machinima in SFM, but I'm like, you know what? It's not my thing. I just leave it there. I just leave it to people who are good with SFM. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Single style versus diverse style. So it's up to you as a movie maker, as a machinima director, machinima filmmaker to decide what you want. Diversify yourself, or stick to one thing, because each has bonuses to it. And if you want to be an independent machinima director, a successful independent machinima director, I strongly recommend to go for diversity over single style. Brandon, we want to add something to it.
No, that was pretty solid. I mean,
yes. High five.
Really, there's no downside to being able to do a little bit of everything, because then it's like high school. It tells you a little bit about everything, so then you can specialize later.
Or you can be stupid people like us and just continue doing everything.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next topic, Brandon?
The next topic in the the director segment here has got to be quality over quantity.
Beautiful. I love that. Quality over quantity. Again, it comes down to what you want more. Views or personal growth. Can you grow with releasing a lot of small machinimas and a lot of, like bullshit stuff? Yeah, definitely. But you grow much more if you dedicate time to a single project and create it as good as possibly can be. I hear a lot of small directors say, it will be released as good as it possibly can. I'll guarantee you that your first machinima is not going to be as good as it possibly can be. I can guarantee you your fifth machinima will not be as good as it possibly can be. I can guarantee you that your 500th machinima will not be as good as it possibly can be, simply because you will never reach your best. Because your best will always get better. However, if you stick to releasing 5-minute videos every day, doing the same shit over and over again, just put in a plug in here, plug in there, do a gritty voice, I will die today, but my death will not be forgotten.
To be fair, sometimes that does have a bit of a charm to it. You know that rule of 3?
Yes.
It's like, some dude does a pratfall. He trips over a ledge in a doorway. So he falls into a room. And he does this every fucking day. Eventually, one of those times, you're going to expect him to fall. He's going to do something completely different. And then he'll fall again. And you're going to bust out laughing.
Probably.
Which is like...
But in terms of, like, whole films, not, like, comedy skits... As in, because that was very comedy-oriented.
Yeah.
In my opinion, if you want views, you will continue doing the same shit over and over again and many times. If you want to get better, in my opinion, you're going to release one good project. And you're going to stick with it. And after you're done with one big project, you're going to release another big project. Better one. And then you're going to go do it as long as you can. Brendan. Yes.
Actually tempts me to just make a Brandy Fails playlist where I just make as many things as I can and just work out the kinks.
Kinky, you wanna be kinky.
Like, no joke. The definition of exercise is when you break down your body so it can build itself back up again. So it's like, you gotta tear some muscle to make it heal and look better.
True. Let me yawn for a second.
It's one of those things.
You want to add something else?
No.
Again, I nailed it, right?
Yes.
Fuck it, high five. Okay, what's next?
The next one, it goes along with the individuality segment we had. Autonomy versus automation.
Okay, Brendan, I want you to look up definitions for both of those because I remember I explained to you what they are, but look up definitions for both because I'm going to give my definition and then the proper definition. So
All
what was it?
right.
Autonomy and what else?
Automation.
Autonomy and automation. Okay. Right now, what you have is a lot of director being automated. There you go. There's a difference between automation and autonomy. Now, autonomy, autonomy. Oh, damn it, it's so hard to say it.
Autonomy.
Autonomy. Okay, whatever. That other one, not the previous one. Autonomy is when you are capable of doing everything you need without involving another director, or without spamming your machinima on a channel, or without saying, I need this guy's opinion to make machinima good. It's when you yourself and maybe your crew or whatever you have. Crew implies not your friendly director who helps you. Crew implies a member of your development team. Member who belongs to your group only. And who does films with you all the time and doesn't go off to do stuff on his own channel professionally. For example, if you look at our situation with Valak Sparks, he does his own content, but we work on it together. It's not something he does by himself on the side. We all work on it together, and I'm going to cover this in the following topic. So that's what autonomy is. Automation is when you just do same shit over and over again. I'm going to bring up Digital Virus as an example because he's a really good example of that. He creates a piece that's similar to the piece before. He drops in exactly the same plugins. He drops in exactly the same shading, the same lighting, and pushes it out. And he does it for every single film of his. Look at his films in the retrospect, and you will see how similar all the effects is. It's either warm colors or cold colors. There is always the need for same plugins in his every film. They're not different at all. That's what automation is when you do the same thing over and over and over again. When you release slightly different content, but the same. So, what I actually am is against that. I'm for automation, autonomy. Is when you can, by yourself, do whatever is you need. Without the help of anything. And without repeating yourself over and over again. Brandon, did you find the definitions?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Say them.
Well, the definition of autonomy is, it's the state or condition of self-government where everything you do is because you want to do it. Mm-hmm. Whereas automation is, to paraphrase it, is the use of largely automatic equipment in a system, a manufacturing, or other production process. Essentially, automation is being a conveyor belt.
With the same machines on it, which I described by Digital Virus just a minute ago.
So one arm adds color correction, one arm adds contrast, one arm adds sharpness, and you run everything through that conveyor belt.
Over again. That's called automation.
Then other people use your factory and emulate your style.
Same bullshit over. That's what we are against.
Yeah.
We are for autonomy. The ability to create your own content free without the automation. That's what you guys should do. That's what you should do in our goddamn honest opinion. So, oh wow, there was a freaking... I had a cursor on my face for like 10 minutes. So sad. So sad. You want to add something to this, Brandon?
It's not really much of an issue for me. Like I said, it's just a matter of controlling yourself and, not allowing yourself to go into a rut or something.
Mm-hmm. So we agree on that. High five.
Yes. Stay diverse, babies.
Stay diverse. Diversity creates baby. Beautiful babies.
Ooh. Yeah, that's why incest is not good.
No. And to paraphrase, I think a lot of what Machinima directors do today is incest.
Yeah.
They fuck their own movies over and over again until they become so mundane that they just fuck them again and again.
Yeah.
We're so mean.
On to the next topic.
Yes.
Okay, we can choose from one, but we'll start with the more mundane one first.
Okay, go for it.
The business relationship versus friendship. Which comes first and why?
Oh, great. I love this. This is a good one. That's something we can talk about. Again, let's move away from the face. So, I just said that before. We began as business partners. You know, I'm like, Brandon, Mr. Coe, I think a Coe. Mr.
Yeah, you called me Koei.
Mr. Coe, I really need a solid voice actor for this film. It's a long film. It's going to be 3 hours long. Would you be interested in becoming my permanent voice actor for future films as well? But I was
Well,
like,
you didn't tell me how
"Yay!"
long it was.
Shut the fuck up. Just enjoy what I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't tell him. He probably would have ran like the other way. But pretty much something. It went something along those lines. You know, Brandon was so excited, like, yay! A big director wants me for voice acting. Woohoo!
That was
And
actually the exact process going through my mind at the time.
okay, go for it. Say your process.
Now, it is literally just, at the time, I had only gotten one series underneath my belt, and that was Planet of Glass, and that thing never hit the shores. So I was just auditioning for shit. And so, I started out with, Rapture, that zombie machinima, and then, all of a sudden, bam, I can land a role as an aliens on Elites of Wars episode 10.
Yay.
Well, even before that, it was in the Chronicles because I
Yes.
was going to try to beat Garst, and that didn't work out.
Axelrod winning.
It's okay.
So yeah, our relationship began extremely professional. You know, every other week I would say, "Hey, I need the lines because I'm editing I'm editing the film." I would get the lines. And, you know, we went like along the lines. I need lines. Give me the lines. You know, over the time, over the half a year over the year that it took to make episode 10, hey, we became buddies. I think right after release of I don't know whether it was. I think it was right after the release of episode 10. I'm like, you know what, I really would like to have a partner working with me on my channel. Would you be interested in becoming my producer? You know, I'm like, I looked up what producer does. I'm like, you know, this guy could do it. Would you be interested in being a producer? And I say, yay, I would. And, you know, I probably gave him like really pitiful, really sorrowful filled a message like, I would place a lot of trust in you. I'm putting a lot of trust in you. If you can imagine, like, I think it was really dramatic, right?
I don't know. I don't remember it being that way. Like for me, I was just like looking at it like, okay, so he's stating that he has a lack of resources and he needs more resources, and this is a business investment.
Yeah, I called it a business.
And so I was just like, okay, so this fellow, he's he's pretty well to do. I see that subscriber count. Ooh. And then I see that, and I'm like, okay, here's a chance to voice act, and then, here's a chance to have a solid base to start myself out with. And then I was like, okay, so I mean, everybody wins.
So, what we developed first was trust in our abilities. We developed trust in our character. We knew how we behave when it comes to stuff. I think Brendan wrote a script for his Colossus Prime series. We still haven't done it. I tore it apart, and Brendan got really butthurt.
I cried. I was like, I'm sorry. Well, to be fair, it was a one-page script. It was literally things happen instantly, kaboom, story over.
It was right about the release of Mass Effect 3 too. So I was playing Mass Effect 3 and reading the script, and this guy was really quiet in the Xbox Live party, and I'm like, is he even here? I think Laura was there and someone else. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure Laura was there. Maybe Maria too. I don't remember, but
I sort of blank her out.
yeah. So Brendan was really quiet, really shy, and I'm like, dude, listen, if you don't want my help, I'm not gonna help you. Forget it. I'm not gonna send you my revisions. And Brendan's like, oh no, I really want them. After a day of pouting, literally it was like a day of pouting. He wouldn't talk to me. And then, I really want it because like I really would like enjoy your help. And I'm like, okay, fine, bitch. Here you go. And you're like, you completely changed my story. What did you do? How dare you? And then more pouting. And I'm like, listen, you don't have to take my advice, but this is my advice for you. I think you could develop your yada. I did my little not master. You know what I mean by master? Like Master Miyagi type of, like trainer shit, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is really good. Okay, I understand now." And then there was probably the only hurdle we had, right?
More or less, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
After that, every single hurdle was about boobs and big anime swords. Again, I always bring it up because it's the one thing that we really argued about a lot. Is that swords and big boobs in anime. You know, I'll be honest, in Ruby, it's not really an issue with big boobs, but big things.
the only one endowed there is Yang, the yellow one.
That motorboat, that.
To be fair, they
They bounce
introduced her
sometimes.
ass up first. Just saying.
Yeah. Okay, so we developed this trust of character and trust of pretty much everything before we became friends. You know, it was work in progress. It's not what Machinima directors do now. They become friends and then they try to work with each other, and then they realize this guy is a complete douchebag.
Yeah. I mean, things that start out with friends first and then adding, pleasure into business is a little dangerous. Literally, I was voice acting for a thing and, somebody actually replaced me because they wanted to do a favor for their friend and let them play as a character.
Where is the business? Where's the business relationship? Where's the business like respect towards the person who works for you for free?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Go for it.
to be fair, the way I act is just after he did it, I was like, well, okay, I hope he can pull it off. If you need somebody to do it after he inevitably breaks down or leaves, feel free to contact me. And he's like, oh, I'm glad you weren't upset. And like inside, I was just like, dude, you just dropped me for a friend, and you gave me a different role. It was like, okay.
To answer Solar Flare's question, Rex, as stated in the end of episode 9, actually went on vacation instead of joining Sai and Bat. So he's on vacation. Like I really did describe it really well. Legion is a business. They do have vacation time. They don't have to kill people all the time. Rex is on vacation. He's actually taking he takes his 3-week vacation. But not 3 weeks, I think 3 months. I forgot what I gave him. I think a 3 months vacation. Like, he's taking a vacation while the rest of Raptor Squad is doing what bosses says. Rex is a new member to Raptor Squad, and he's not really a brotherly character to them, so he doesn't really care much for bosses' requests. So he actually took the vacation. Like, he is the epitome of what Legionary is. He's cold-hearted. He doesn't give a crap. He just does his job and gets paid for it. Like, if you look at other characters from the Raptor Squad, Bat obviously is a comic because, he has to cover all the bullshit he does, all the murders. Boss is just hardcore murderer. Sai has issues with his sister. And Rex is the only one who doesn't have any emotional trauma. His job, like, literally, I think the backstory I gave him, it's not a spoiler, like, he literally was a murderer before he joined the Legion. Like, he has no remorse. That's why the way he kills the guy in episode 9, which you guys seeing right now, is so nonchalant. It's like, yeah, I just killed him. Let me just blow it out too. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Where was I? Yeah, actually, I think I spoke right after you. So yeah.
Business relationship versus
in
friendship.
My opinion, if you want to create a studio, so involving more than one person, more than just you, always begin the relationship as a business relationship, then go into friendship. Because once you actually see how these people work, this is where you actually learn about them more. As opposed to, like, being friendly and joking around. No, that doesn't work. That's why you have so many drama going on right now. What Virus had a little problem with Spearhead, then Lambda and Virus had problems. I remember there was a little internal fighting between Mike and somebody else. Like, there's a lot of fighting because people are friends and not business partners. Business partners, high five, brethren. Even with Valak, like, I've seen Valak before, and I didn't work with him at all, but the way he treated me when I asked him for advice was really business-like. I would ask him something, he would give me advice, give me directions, and that was over. There was no mushy stuff. Even now, we're actually treating it, this is a lot like business, but due to his schedule, we can't really get too huggily friendly. So, what you call it?
Except for
Yeah,
that time I totally wasted one of his evenings by playing the Attack on Titan tribute game.
motherfucker. Fucking Titan game. But yeah, we always work out a business relationship before we bring somebody else on the team. That's why it failed with other two people. We're not gonna talk about our female companion. She doesn't like her name being said. We're not gonna say it. Like, it didn't work out because she pursued different goals, and that was fine. You know, she was a very, very nice person. I really liked her. It did not work out with Peter Boswell. It did not work out with Zach Smith. Obviously, you guys know them as Pete Boswell and Ghost of War. Like, it did not work out with them. Like, we tried to include them into our team, but we made a mistake of starting the relationship as friends, not as business partners. And when I actually brought up the business scheduling and whatnot, it did not work because they did not expect to be treated as business people. They expect to be treated as friends, and that is not what I wanted. That's not what it worked. It pretty much, we have an entire summer planned out with schedules for gameplay and stuff and so what, but unfortunately they couldn't keep up, or they had issues, or they were just lazy, and we wouldn't really treat them as friends much like they wanted. I really thought it was really wrong decision. I think it was more impulse. We need more people. Let's just get somebody who really wants it. And we did that, and I think it was a really wrong decision. Not saying that these guys did anything wrong. They absolutely did not do anything wrong.
Yeah.
It was just error on my and Brandon's part for trying to avoid how we began and just think, oh, you know what, we can do it. But no, we
Gotta
can't.
remember that most of the people we have that are, well, I'd say most, but that's because there's only three of us here.
Yeah.
But I mean, the three of us here were people who originally weren't even trying to be part of the group.
No.
You were just wanting to revive a fan fiction roleplay.
Yeah.
I was just wanting to voice act in projects.
Yay.
And hell, Valak probably didn't even remember we existed until I popped up in his thing and was just like, "Hey, yo, Mike wants to talk to you."
Again, let me just tell you this: that Valak completely gave up on his series, and then we offered. You know what, dude? I like this. Like, I loved Monster Hunter. When I watched it, I was jealous of Valak. I was extremely jealous of what he could do. I was jealous of his storytelling, of his effects, of his action. I was extremely jealous of. Like, he is one of the few people who I'm extremely jealous of because I can't do that. What he does, how he makes story, his camera, and his effects, I can't do that. I'm extremely jealous of that. And I'm admit it. Like, of him, I'm jealous of him. I'm not jealous of anybody else. I'm jealous of Valak because not only can he do this stuff, but he was extremely nice. He was helpful, and I was so jealous because I probably wouldn't be able to do that like he does. And it sounds like I'm degrading myself, but that's just the truth. I can't be as cool as Valak. Like, Valak isn't the nicest guy ever, and I'm sure if he had more time, he would be helping so many more people out with CGI. But I'm hoping he just does stuff with us. I'm selfish, motherfucker. Brad, you want to add something? Like, last bulletin point?
I'm good.
All right, what's next?
Beyond, we kind of already covered creating a crew versus creating a group.
Yeah, well, actually, we can actually work on it more. Brendan, you're part of groups.
Yes. I am part of the standard Machinima Union chat. I am part of the Infinite Guardian chat, which I think is more or less made of everybody from White Center Studios, which I was technically
Also,
vice president of for a while.
Like, I think at that time you were like I have really high role, Mike. I probably need to share time, and I'm like, dude, I guarantee you that she's gonna fall apart. And then it fell apart. Brent's like, fuck.
It didn't quite fall apart. It was just it just didn't work with me. But
yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, I've been through a bunch of groups that aren't very personal. It's literally,
or productive.
Yeah, it's just right now I have to say that the Infinite Guardian group they have now is definitely a lot more productive than the White Center Studios chat I was in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in White Center Studios, it was just a whole bunch of fucking random people who wanted to be part of something, and they didn't know how to put the work in. And so when D-Gamer and Jumpy Koala actually had the schedules and stuff, it was similar to how we had our members go bleh. It was just nobody was,
Doing
excited shit. Because it was just a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
instead of a bunch of people working together.
And that's how groups work. And if you look about, like, we talk a lot about how Machinima community is divided into groups.
Yeah.
And
And
and yeah,
before you continue,
go for
I
it.
got to make sure just because you're a bunch of business partners, it doesn't mean it's going to work over
Yeah,
friends.
no,
There
yeah.
has to be chemistry in there because obviously I'm a relatively I'm a relatively submissive, smart-ish type of guy, and Mikey is more or less the assertive one. And he's got the logic, and as long as I think something is logical, I can go along with just about anything. Even if I'm like, it's like, hey, dude, there's a goat over there, and it's gonna talk to you and somebody puts a voice box underneath it or something, I'll think the goat's talking. Okay, I'll go along with it until I get told otherwise.
I like goats.
Goats are cool. But
Yes.
there has to be chemistry. And so, Mike and I have that yin yang thing. And, the more we disagree, the more the chemistry flares up and, the better it is. And so, say we try to do something like behind the looking glass or behind the pixel or whatever the hell it was when it was all-star cast of directors all trying to make one zombie machinima in Halo 4, which turned out to be, we had thoughts of like, skyscrapers being movable and shit, and that didn't work out. We hoped too much and that group fell apart. But it did give me a chance to meet King Sengos, which was a definite plus.
Yeah, Fengus is awesome now when he's
Yeah.
not lore whore. See what it is? A lore whore.
That was back then, though. So I mean,
Yes.
it's good. We
Um.
need to get him on the show again.
Yeah, I like Sengus. He's British. That being said, I certainly hope that you guys, whoever's listening to it, whoever cares, try to work your ass off business-wise first, and then you become friends. I mean, it worked for us. It might not work for you, so poop. Go for it,
Yeah.
Brandon. Yeah, groups. I don't like groups. I think groups are a waste of time. Crews are good.
Yeah, crews are good because
Crews are
everybody works with each other. Like no joke, if I'm in a group of people in high school,
Mm-hmm.
I won't be able to work with it. But throw me in with a couple random people. I'm working at Subway, and I'm going to find my way around their strengths and weaknesses, and we're going to end up be the best sandwich making team ever.
Like, that's one example I want to bring up is like recently you guys saw the video for the patches. Well, obviously I already explained it before. I'm gonna explain it again. We have a hierarchy. I'm creative director. Brendan does shit. Valak does shit. Like, I'm creative director. Okay, so I'm boss. So I'm not saying to condescending like, oh, I rule Brendan, oh, I look Valak. No, I'm just like, there has to be a leadership position in the crew. However, there's has to be respect also. Like, I don't think of them as my underlings. I'm just really good at organizing stuff. So I'm told, Brendan, you know what? I don't think people really realize what they have to do in order to get the patches. I want you to create a video. I give you a script. I gave him a script. I want you to create a video in Reach using Wolf and explain people what to do. 2 days later, Brendan did it. Sure, I reminded him once, but even if I didn't remind him, he still would have gotten done. So it got done because I said so. I told Valak, give me this script for scene 4. Give me scene 4 shots. I'll do it. It was done. He gave it to me. It was all finished. That's called freaking teamwork. That's called when you divide the dividing duties in order to create something all together. That's why this shit works. When you have a group of people, that just does not work. Because everybody wants to be, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. I can do this. This is my job. I'm better than you in this. No. I don't like how you do it. I don't like your camera angles. Am I right, Brandon?
Yes.
It does not work with groups. Absolutely does not work with groups. By the way, right now you're watching the scene in the club. I love this scene in the club.
Yeah, I fucking love the music.
I green screen. It's actually music from the club. I actually green screened the Rex in it. There's some flickering there, but it was really cool green screen. I did a good job with that green screen.
I like the Russian song.
No, it's
Club
not from episode 10. It's from
in
episode 9.
10.
I'm talking about episode 9. So yeah, crews work, and no matter how workful Infinite Guardian is, it's not as good as a crew, and it will never be as good as a crew. There is no hierarchy. There is no proper structure to be a successful thing. It works, right? It works.
It definitely works. And
It's not as good as us. Like when I
they
just
split shit up.
like, well, yeah, well, okay, well, but I can tell you to do this, you're gonna do it without questions, without anything.
It's actually funny to see them. Like the way they divide their labor is, they have like I think they actually had a list of shit. I'll type in two. Where's two? Where's two? Okay, two. No. SD. All right, type in SD. Okay, here we go. So it's like, they have 5 VFX guys, 2 set designers, 3 directors, 4 editors, 4 recorders. The guys who capture the footage. They've got a lot of specialization going on, and a lot of people might be doing multiple roles, but they do have their own form of organization that White Center Studios, their earlier version, had nothing of.
I don't like Infinite Guardian, so I don't want to give it too much.
It's just because of the anime. Come on.
I don't like it. What can I say? I'm not telling these guys to like me.
Okay.
Like, everybody has an opinion, right? Like, I don't have to like what they do.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's horrible. I don't like it. I watched one of the episodes. I think there's only one released, right, or 2.
You haven't seen any of it yet.
No, I saw something on D Gamer's channel.
I showed you a
trailer. Yeah, there was a trailer. Never mind. Like, that trailer, I did not like it. Like, I just didn't like it. It just didn't drag me in. I'm not enjoying it. I don't want to watch it.
It's not your cup of tea.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be over bloated with characters and over bloated with plot lines. So no, thank you. I don't like watching convoluted stuff. All right, next topic.
Okay then. The next topic here. Well, we did skip over one thing earlier on, but
I don't remember what it was because I can't remember it.
Don't worry. We'll do it later on.
Okay. Is it that bad?
It'll come after one of the next subjects. Okay. Personal success versus public success versus statistical success.
I love this topic. This is something that was really big in 2010, 2011. Everybody thought that person who has statistical success was successful. Now, 3 types of success. Brandon, what's the first one? Personal success, right? It's success that you attribute to yourself. It's a success that you think you did something, you look at it, you enjoying it, you think it's successful, you're successful then. What's the second one?
That would be the public success.
Public success is when you have all these fans and all these directors saying, "You did a good job, man. You're so fucking amazing. You're awesome. Your Machinima is like the shit, man." That's public success. That's when public tells you you're successful. And statistical success. This is when the amount of views and amount of subscribers you have defines your success. So if you have 100 subscribers and 1,000 views, you're shit. I'm just exempling. If you have 10,000 subscribers and 100 million views, you're successful. What Brandon and I advocate is personal success. Always personal success. You throw out the other 2 types of successes completely. You throw out the success that is commercial, so public, and you throw out the success that is, what was the other one? Goddamn.
The commercial would be statistical success.
Statistical. You throw out the statistical. No, commercial would be public. Because statistical is money wise. So you throw out the statistical success, and you throw out the commercial, aka public success. If you want to be a successful individual, independent machinima director, you focus on your personal success. I made a rule when I started doing machinima. If 10 people watch it, I've done my job. And I never failed since. I have never released a video with less than 10 views. Every single piece of content I release was successful. No questions. No matter how many views it got after, if I got 10 views, it's a successful machinima. Hello. Mommy back?
No, it's just, I think it's my auntie.
Oh, go say hi.
Hello.
I'm gonna go talk about stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
To me, personal success is success of you as a machinima director. That's the successful part of machinima directorial debut. Because the moment you realize... You're back?
I bet.
The moment you tell yourself, you know what, I did a good job on this piece, I'm a good director. This is when you become successful, because you already tell yourself, you know what, I'm freaking good at this stuff. You don't need someone else to tell you you're successful. You don't need to have 1,000 fans. As long as you're happy with what you release, I think you're a successful machinima director. Speaking of which, I think I know. God damn it! I'm gonna go ahead and put the episode 10 here. Add media file.
That'll last us for the next 3 hours.
Oh my! Only 3 hours. So Brendan, what about you? Wanna add something to that, please?
I don't know. I definitely prefer a mixture. Like I don't care about statistical success, since I honestly have not earned a dime off of YouTube in any way. But I would like equal amounts of personal and public success. Like, I want to get better, and I want people to recognize I'm getting better.
I recognize you're getting better.
Here, just give it to me and I'll do it. Okay.
Technical difficulties.
I'm
Yeah,
back.
I recognize you're getting better.
Hehehe.
Okay, like, we might not care about views, but we love comments and likes. We don't get enough of those, but we like those. Views, not so much. And we had, like, weird experience with views. Like, we get, like, shit ton of views, and it was weird. But that's why we don't mention it, because it's weird. We're not gonna mention it ever again, but it's just weird. But I think we deserve them, so whatever. So yeah, that's it. You just wanted to say that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that was really soft, short. I continue.
Okay. Well, the next topic is creating a fan base. Oh wait, hold on. Before we do that,
Okay. You're gonna do that missing one?
yeah. Going with personal success and public success and statistical success. Sometimes people have different reasons for going for that success, and they have different ways of going about it. For this, there is people who do machinima as a hobby versus
I forgot
machinima
that.
for friends
Okay, there you go. Okay,
versus
good.
machinima for views.
Okay, friends, views, and a hobby.
It's actually the exact parallel. People who do machinima as a hobby do it for the personal success. People who do machinima for friends do it for public success. And people who do it for views do it for statistical success.
I can guarantee you right now, I can say with full confidence, not even hiccuring or hitching or stumbling, a lot of machinima directors right now do it for statistical success. They want to have that number next to their YouTube channel to say, oh, look at me, I have 12,000 subscribers, I have 10 million views, I'm fucking awesome. I can guarantee you that a lot of these people also do it for their friends. Recently, I heard Digital Virus say that in that video that he only watches machinima of his friends. And that kind of gives me a question, well, then how do you know what's going on around then? If the only machinima you watch is the ones of your friends? Question marks. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, machinima for, like, he is really into the entire view stuff. Like, he wants people to watch his machinima, because in one of the fireside chats, he really complained the fact that nobody watches his content. Like, not as many people watch his content as he would like. So he does it for commercial success. He does I don't think he really does it for his friends either. I'm not really sure, but chances are probably does for his friends. But what you call it? I really think he does it for statistical success, and a lot of machinima directors do it for statistical success. Again, having that biggest number, having them thousands and thousands of subscribers, really brings up your EP really high. And what's really is low is people who want to do it just for a hobby. Small directors right now say they want to do it for a hobby. They really say they really want to do it for a hobby. But I'll be honest, they're doing it for statistical success as well. And there's a fraction who do it for friends. I have not met anyone who actually does it for a hobby. They say, oh, we just do it because it's a hobby. But then you complain that bigger directors are stealing all your views and stealing all of your audience. Why would you care if you're doing it as a hobby? Question mark. Brendan, take it away.
Well, I mean, doing machinima as a hobby is definitely what I would think is the best way to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the one that's most self-fulfilling,
Mm-hmm.
and for people who don't really need to worry about impressing others. That is, um, doing machinima for friends. That's also, I'd say, noble-ish because you're doing it for the enjoyment of a small set of people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I see people doing machinima for views, that's kind of the cliff dive for me.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I see people who do things for views and not because they care, it just gets a little insulting to me as a viewer. It's like they don't want my enjoyment, they just want the number that says that I clicked on their video.
Mm-hmm.
And so oh my, I can hear myself twice. That's weird. Uh, well, I just don't really like it when you would undervalue a fan by doing it for views.
Mm-hmm.
And so I definitely think, it should follow the logic of if you build it, they will come.
Mm.
Do it as a hobby, and eventually they'll recognize you anyway, and you'll get all the other types of success.
Yeah. Like us.
Yeah.
Almost 2 million views.
Yes.
So, Brendan, high five.
Booty.
Well, in comparison to people like Evan Royalty, who started 3 years after us, hey, the guy got shitload of views, shitload of subscribers. Good for him. But what now? I just don't know. So,
Okay.
what's
So,
next?
up next is creating a fan base versus a community versus an outlet.
Beautiful.
That's another. We have a lot of parallels going on here.
I know.
Personal success is a fan base, public success is a community, and statistical is an outlet.
Actually, I disagree with you there. I think outlet is personal success because you're using YouTube as an outlet for your creativity, and the rest, the other two, kind of fit. So just replace the one that I didn't agree with you on.
Okay.
So I would say that YouTube is the outlet for our creativity. We build a community on YouTube. You guys who are watching the show right now and maybe after, you are our quote unquote community, and that's what we really care for is people on YouTube, because that's who we create Machinima for. We don't care about that guy over there who makes Machinima and his fan base. We just care about our fan base, because who watches our content? Our fan base. And we create fan base by using YouTube as an outlet. So again, you can focus on something, but you will get the other two also. It's just what you focus on defines whether you're independent. What you focus on defines whether you're a successful machinima director, independent machinima director, or not, in our eyes anyway. Because I don't find people who just want the views to be successful, because they're missing the very important part. Is like self-fulfillment, self-growth, self-motivation. Because if you're motivated by, what, I want to be the first one to make Destiny Machinima, or I want to be the first one to use shitload of effects in my Machinima, or I'm going to use everything I learned in my half semester in Adobe After Effects class and use it in my Machinima, I'll be kick-ass. Like, I don't consider that as a successful Machinima director at all. I consider that nothing. I just consider that, you just make a lot of effects. What now?
The scraggly dog going for the bone first.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. Well, I'm a wolf, though. Asshole. Oh, you want to say something to Brandy? Nah.
Yeah.
What else? What's next?
Because yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, can explain that ass.
Well, I prefer to think of it as a fan base. It's just a matter of exclusivity.
Mm-hmm.
An outlet is just you splurging it on whoever can possibly see it.
Mm-hmm.
A community is a more or less set area, a certain audience that you will target, and then a fan base is just the people you are just completely yours.
Oh, you're so mine, bitches.
Yes. And so I would much prefer to have a
Fan base.
it's selfish to say, yeah, but I would rather have a fan
base.
base to cater to than an entire random community and hope to God that they think we're interesting.
Oh no! Something brings me up something to all the interviews that recently have been going on. Fireside chats recently ended, so George will no longer be releasing Fireside chats. And something that he said really irked me. As he interviewed pretty much everybody who is big, or everybody who's has boobs, or everybody who's he's friends with. And one of the things that he said was, it's not really something that I take close to heart or anything of the sort, but I'm sure other people would if they really cared enough, because his viewer base is, his biggest interview was with Ultimo player, Latino Machinima director, with 1,000 views. Also, the Virus's old interview also got 1,000 views, but everything else is sort of on a 100 to 300 range. So pretty much like our M&B shows, but you'd expect, somebody who watches Arbiter's interview, he's gonna get 10,000 views. Like, partially, like, part of me, I really think that he really wanted to get some sort of circulation going for his own name by interviewing so many big Machinima directors. I mean, he interviewed RB, Evan, Royalty, he interviewed Nightmare Films, obviously Digital Virus, Slender Machinima, the Ice Sniper U fella. And, well, he's not big, so I don't know why you're including him. But, and then he said something along the lines of, I interviewed everybody who I thought was worth it. Something along those lines. Like, who I thought was a Machinima director. It was really, it didn't sound condescending, but it sounded extremely, he was marking people who are and who are not what he considers to be good or respected Machinima director. I mean, he left out so many people who are more respected than the people that he interviewed, and have released more content than people, and more interesting people. I mean, he did not interview Corrupted Creations. The guy is more interesting than anything. Toolbox Machinima, I don't think he interviewed him either. So, I just, and he says something like that, I'm like, you're a really cocky British guy, aren't you? And I'm like, at least he had fun doing it, so I guess that's a good thing. Again, we don't need to be interviewed. People know us. We release M&B Show every week or every other week, so interviewing us would be sort of, even though I wouldn't
just
mind.
a sec.
Yeah, go ahead. So to sort of continue my thought, interviewing us, interviewing us would be sort of detrimental, because everybody knows what we are. Everybody knows our opinion. Not saying that we wouldn't like to. I mean, sure, it will be fun, but his questions were really static. They weren't really fluid. I think his interviewees were more entertaining than him, even though usually the interviewer should be more entertaining in general. But, can't really blame the guy. I mean, he tried. He has his Machinima to work on, so I understand his need to stop it. I mean, his last interview was that. I disagree with a lot of things, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep my mouth shut. It's his show. Let him do what he wants. On our show, come here, say whatever you want. I'll just kick you or delete stuff from you later. Since Brandon has all the topics, I don't really remember what they are. So, there's plenty of other ladies who can voice emu, truth be told. Like, a lot of emu. There's a lot of voice actresses.
Back. I'm back.
Yeah, so where was I? Oh, yeah, so I was touching, like, George is, like, a bit cocky.
Okay.
Yeah, and Soul just said he's a bit too touchy about his work. Dude, he's like a teenager. I think he's like, 18, 19? And he's British. Of course he's going to be touchy. Look at Annie. Annie's really touchy. So, yeah. We actually wanted to have guests on this show. Next show we will have guests. Like, I promise. Next show we'll have guests.
Yeah, because there's no way we'd be able to last. It would take... we would turn it into another 4-hour-long thing.
Oh, well, one guest at least. Well, maybe two.
Yeah, with the amount of topics we have... But we are going through a good deal amount of them. So.
Yeah, so what's next we got? What else? What's next?
Okay, I think we've already covered a few of the things. Like apprentice versus partner versus supporter. We've covered that.
Yes.
We've covered division of labor and what it will.
I think the supporter thing, we could kind of develop that a bit more, but I think you're right. I think we really did well at explaining that.
Yeah.
Okay.
division of labor, what a well-oiled studio is. We
We
did
kind of
that.
talked about that as well.
Influence versus relevance versus
Ah,
presence.
that's a good one. Okay, this is something that we also recently encountered. Well, recently, I mean, like past half a year. Influence, obviously, is when you can influence somebody's thoughts and force them to do something they usually wouldn't. What else was it? What else was there?
Um, there's influence versus
Okay,
relevance versus presence.
relevance and presence. Okay, what Brandon? Okay, again, I don't want to sound cocky. I don't. But we have some sort of relevance to you guys who watch the show. You you are relevant to us, and we are relevant to you because you come here to listen to us ramble and to listen to us to listen to stuff, right? Right. You know, we have a presence because Digital Virus knows we're around, Lambda knows we're around, Arbiter 617 knows we're around, Mike WB knows we're around. Maybe expressively, um, they don't expressively say, "Oh yeah, they're here," but they know we're around. That's called presence. And what was the other one? I think I already did relevance. Relevance, I think we're relevant to a certain amount of people. We already talked about relevance before in M&B Show. Like, we're relevant to you guys. I hope so, anyway. Otherwise, why are you watching the fucking show? Why are you watching
Cause they
the
like
show?
the pretty kitty cat.
No, they like the wolf more.
Oh, but your kitty cat is fluffy.
No, but I'm better.
You're an anthro furry. You can't pet a furry dude.
Hey, Brandon, go lick yourself. Wait, that's what dogs
Uh,
do. God damn
I'll
it.
just go claw at the wall.
If I was to pick which one is more important to us, presence.
Yeah.
You
Have
don't
you
need
already
to.
defined it?
Yeah, I did. I said presence is like when people know you're around. Like,
Okay.
relevance is not such a big of a thing because it's all subjective. Influence can lead to horrible things. Like, that's the beauty that we have with our friends, with you guys. We don't influence to do something. We just share our opinion and you act upon your own accord. We don't have to influence you to do something. We don't give you hints. You know what? Go ahead. Go dislike the guy's content, huh? Huh? No, you want to. I'll give you a cookie. I'll influence you. No, we don't need that. We don't want that. Relevance, again, we're relevant to you guys because you're here watching, so that's a good thing. But presence is what's most important. Like, people know that you're around. That's all that matters. You don't really have to worry about anything else. Brendan, what do you think?
Yeah, just to, summarize it, influence is the power you have over others.
Mm-hmm.
Relevance is the importance you are compared to other people.
Mm-hmm.
And presence is the gravitas, just
Gravitas.
the sense of existing, which is kind of like relevance, but less aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, when you have Digital Virus talk about us behind our back, that's presence.
Yes.
When Lambda talks behind our backs, that's also presence. When you have Spearhead saying, "Oh, we're insulting him," that's called presence. It doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative. The fact is, presence is that. It's a presence.
Yes.
It's a good thing.
So, I think that fairly wraps that up.
That's it. We don't have any more topics for this.
Oh, we have two more.
Okay, let's go. Obviously, let's go. We can't stop. Just
Yes.
stop.
The first one is self-identity, success, mediocre, failure, but we've already covered that.
Self-identity, yes, we have.
To the very last one, I think it's a pretty decent closing one, but
Oh, I love it. Go.
what defines a stance where you're holding your ground and an aggressive one?
Beautiful. Okay. I think this is very, very, very close to Brandon and I, because we usually hold our ground. We don't have an aggressive stance. I mean, even now, if you think about it, we defended against accusations from the Spearhead, right? We defended against accusations of the smaller directors. Like, Brandon and I, we're defensive. We don't go out of the way to attack somebody. And that's probably what people think with M&B Show. Oh my God, they're talking about them. They're attacking. They're attacking. No, we're discussing. We have the right to do that. We have the right to say your name if we want to. Like, Virus had a rule. Like, I think he also mentioned during Fireside Chats. He said something along the lines of, I never say people's name out loud. I always solve everything internally. That's not true. But, God damn it. Where was I? yeah, that's an aggressive stance. You know, like me and Brennan, we can name people and discuss it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing aggressive about this. It's just, I want to talk about this person, or this person came up, let's talk about it. We have the right to do that. You know, if the person is offended, that's the person's fault. You know, he take it either too seriously or he misinterpreted. Or maybe he's right, maybe we did say something bad. But, you know, if I go back and check and he didn't, then flip you too, man, flip you too. And then we always defend against attack. Like, same thing that we did before when somebody said,
Just a second.
Just a second? What?
I'll be right back. Gotta put the food.
Go, take the food, motherfucker.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Food is ready.
Listen, if you again, not to go back to fireside chats, I don't want to do that. You know, it's over. He interviewed people he liked. That's all it is. It was sort of it was a pretty much self. He was introducing himself to the community, hoping that the more people he interviews, the bigger people he interviews, the more attention he gets. It's a good strategy. I agree with that. I probably would have done that too if I really wanted it. And what you call it? God damn it! Where was I? You see, you made me lose my freaking thing. God damn it. Yeah. So, and it's more of a sort of, he just wanted to be in the community, and it's a good thing for him, and he did his job, and he's over with it. You know, but hurt or not, that's his problem. You know, if he can't control his emotions, that's a problem with a lot of Machinima directors recently. He can't control his emotions. That's his fault. You know, if it was up to me, I would interview.
Oh, dude! Wait, it's not Monday yet.
It's still Tuesday.
It is.
What you call it? I was about to say, if we were to interview somebody, like we would interview Toolbox Machinima, Corrupted Creations, Turret Guy. We would interview. Oh goddamn it! I would definitely interview Arby, of course. I would interview Mike. I would interview Small.
Well, we'd have to remember. We'd have to call Arbiter something different than Arbiter.
Huh?
So.
No, I'm talking if we were to interview people.
Yeah, if we were going to interview someone, we'd have to, like, obviously Arbiter is the one people would expect us to try to grab a lot of views with, and so we would have to call him something different, like, I don't know.
Arby.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but we call him Arby.
Oh, I know what you mean. No, I'm talking, but yeah, you're right, because we don't.
We'll call him.
It's a helmet, not a mask, Solar. Jesus Christ.
We need to have a affectionate nickname for him. Hey, there's
What?
Alex.
Yes. Hi, Alex.
Hello, Alex.
It's face rig. You can tell us on Skype. God damn it, face rig, woman.
Face rig. Buy it on Steam.
Yeah, and he interviewed Alex as well.
Yeah.
But you see, that's where my question is, like I would interview so many different people, not just people know everybody. Everybody knows who Arbiter is, yada yada. I would interview so many different people. So, yeah, I would do that. I always thought he was a phoenix. Truth be told.
Phoenix. What? Oh, the dragon head? That's from Predaking.
Shut up. I thought it was a phoenix. What else do we have there, Brendan? I think we've wrapped it up.
Yeah, our last one is literally just us. Like, it's just a time where we can explain that in this show today, we have not been taking an aggressive stance on anything. We have been simply relaying information or providing our own opinions in a okay, it was a little biased, but a non-biased. Like, it's not like we're raising thorns and pitchforks. Just because we like Corrupted doesn't mean we're going to crap all over Fireside Chats because he wasn't on there.
He didn't interview it. Yeah, I mean, Corrupted got interviewed by Cinema Central people.
Yeah, so we're going to keep the bias low.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're defensive people. That's what we're going to say. Yay.
I'd like to say that we're the ones who never make the first shot.
Yeah, we never do. We always get shot at first, and then we just strike with bigger guns.
Yeah, it's just like, somebody tries to go after the mantis shrimp, and all of a sudden, BAM!
That's how mantis shrimp do.
It's kind of like playing hide and
Yeah,
seek.
so In conclusion, in order to be a successful independent machinima director, you have to find your identity. You have to have a unique style. You have to always work for yourself. You want to please yourself only. You don't want to create a community. You want to create a fan base and an outlet for yourself for your creativity. You want to take a defensive stance whenever you can. And what else you want to add, Brandon?
Be your own body.
Yeah, be your own boss. And if you do want to create a actual group of people, you know, you want to create a crew, always start over with a business relationship, not friendship. And that's what you're going to be a successful independent machinima director, which is what Brandon and I are, which is pretty much what we were leading to.
Yes.
We're 3 independent machinima directors working on the same content, creating a studio that creates content for you guys. And I think we are extremely successful, not only because, hey, right here, 1.9 million views, but also because we're still growing in subscriber count. Even if we might drop tomorrow by 1,000 or 2, I still consider us growing because we grew from nothing to this. And we found great teamwork, found great people to work with me, and vice versa. We have our own shows, different machinimas, different ways to portray our vision to you guys. And that's what I call a success. And don't let anybody else tell you that you're not successful, because you are successful if you believe you're successful, and that's all that matters. You don't need somebody else to tell you, hey, you did a good job, man, you're successful. No. It's all in your head. So be successful because you can be. Yeah.
Yes.
Brendan, say something nice.
Everybody has what it takes. Everybody can do it.
Unless you have really sour attitude.
Yes.
Like these new directors. Like, I'm gonna rave a little bit about it, just a little bit. These guys who actually inspired us to talk about this, big directors, small directors. They say that they create content better than what bigger guys do. But honestly, they're just so fresh. I don't see how they do it. I don't see why they think that. It's like me going to a rave and not knowing how to dance and saying I'm better dancer than you.
You can dance if you want to.
All right.
Neither one of us know it.
Yeah, I don't know the words. Anyway, so we're done with that. So this was our big topic. Now we do have a little bit of time. You have a little bit of time?
Yeah, dude, I've got time. I don't go to class tomorrow.
It's a pussycat. He says he has time, so you know what you're gonna do.
Meow.
Meow. I'm a dog. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Again, if you guys have a topic or you want us to cover something that you saw, go ahead and say so. Because we're open for suggestions right now, because we're exhausted our big topic and our small subtopics as well. A little bit of news, so you think of topics so we can talk, but a little bit of news. We will be talking about Lambda Machinima in upcoming M&B shows. We don't know when, but we have a green light from him that we can talk about him, and we actually might have him on the show. You know, it's sort of, me and Brennan thought about it a little bit. You know what? Everybody always says that we hate these guys and we don't like them and we don't respect their work, but that's not true. We might have problems with them and we voice them, but that doesn't mean that they're bad people or they're evil or condescending or just stupid. So we sort of want to talk about them and have them on the show as well after we do. So we tried it with Virus. It did not work out. And so we're like, you know what? Hell. Let's go ahead and try Lambda. And Lambda was so friendly about it and so up forth and upcoming. I'm like, fuck that. This guy is awesome. Like let's do it. Like he deserves it. He deserves to be talked about in a good way and to show all these people, all these small directors, like just because he acts like this doesn't mean that he doesn't know what he's doing, so forth and so on. So that's our new thing that we want to do for M&B Show. But we're not gonna be doing Evan Royalty because I really hate his guts. Like people who two-faced I really do not like. So yeah, I know I said it in the last show. I'll say it in this show again. When I
No, I mean, my first pick probably would have been somebody like Nightmare, but
any Any asks, any advice for starting a similar style of a show? Don't start one. Don't start one.
I think he's talking about something else.
No, I think he's talking about our show.
He'd asked
Um,
about something earlier.
um, actually, if you want to start a show like this, get a buddy. And, I'm actually trying to give a really good advice. You won't believe, but it's actually a lot of work. Like it's not like something we come up with like over a few hours, but even though it kind of is, but it's a lot of work because you have to show a lot of restraint. Like we restrain a lot of things. Like we don't really cover a lot of things because we restrain things we cover. We show a lot of restraint about it. That's why, yeah, right.
Yeah. And if you think some of the stuff we say is risque, then it would literally surprise you how
much more detailed and more devious we can be.
yes, it would not take much to unleash the power of the dark side
of the Force. But yeah, I think it's all about showing restraint. To do a show, you covering topics we do. Stop yawning. I know you're yawning. You have to show a lot of restraint. You also have to come up with topics that you covered before and you can expand upon. And even though, like, if you listen to a lot of our shows, we cover the same thing, but usually we expand upon it. And believe it or not, it's not that easy coming up with topics all the time. Nothing that big happens all the time, so you have to come up with something like we did right now. This is actually more of a response to how to be a successful Machinima director from Virus. Like, I looked at it and I'm like, we can do something like that, but we actually can do it because, like, without making fun of people. And I think we did a good job, even though we mentioned a lot of things that other people do. Right, Mr. Pussycat?
Yeah.
Meow. So what we covered today, I don't know if I actually updated, but no, we covered 1.9 million views. Hooray, hooray, our milestone. We covered the previous the Spearhead incident that we sort of discussed. We talked about all the Machinima directors who were quitting a little bit. We talked about a big topic, which was how to become a successful independent Machinima director. And we talked about a few other things that were really small. So we're going to sort of stay a little bit quietly. And are you interested to hearing us talk about something that you noticed? So please give us your topics if you wish. We also talked about our patches. We're going to have an entire series of those. So if you are a collector and you're interested in collecting things, we're going to have some kick-ass patches. Things we have planned are big. That's what she said. Big.
Ooh.
Yes. So, Brandon, you want to say something while we wait for the topics, if any will come?
While we wait for topics, I'm still wondering what people are thinking of the stop motion stuff.
I don't think nobody cares about it.
Really? I mean, they, they've been getting, like, the very first one I did got so-and-so views. The other one got, like, 100 or so more. And then the other one got, what, 11,000?
Yes.
Yeah. I'd like to imagine that the audience is growing an incy bit. I still need to see it without the assistance we get. But, well,
okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, all the views we get are ours. I know that, which is good. It's just that nobody comments, so I'd like to see some more comments on those videos.
I like it. I'm all that matters. I actually want to say, like, I've seen a lot of shows pop up lately. What's his name? The Machinima Union guys do a show. Sam does a show. What's his name? Solo does a show. I mean, there's a bunch of people who do show. The boss question. Okay, what's the boss question?
No, I don't know about the boss question, but Animalius has one.
Isn't it? I pointed out that always referred to as Trigrams, yes, and Brendan was Brendan Cole. Mike is more like the Overlord organization, but Brendan's an individual. Yeah, right. I'm an evil Overlord, and Brendan's my lackey, right?
Apparently I'm like your bitch.
Okay, if we're gonna do you're like my bitch. Yeah, good, clever boy. No, if we're gonna use Shadow of Mordor logic, I'm the warlord and he's the captain.
Very good, sir.
And Valak is a captain too. Or
Thank you,
maybe
Luke.
I'm the Dark Hand and you're the Overlord. I mean, I'm the Dark Hand and you're the Warlord. Yeah, I like that more. I'm the Dark Hand.
Do you see how Mikey just upgraded himself a couple times?
That's what happens. It does. It does.
What happened? I killed the protagonist a few times. It's all good.
Yeah, I love that game. That game is awesome. I haven't played it since I beat it, but I'm gonna play it again. I think the thing is because nobody really understands how much Brendan does around here. Because Brendan is Brendan. He doesn't comment. Usually, Brendan very rarely goes on the channel and comments from the channel's name. He always does that in his own name. But people know he's connected to me. You know, he knows he's my left-hand man.
Why not the right?
You don't want to be my right hand.
Oh, God.
High five, high five.
Make sure I high five the left hand, though.
I know.
Yeah, quotes as in, I hear Brandon and Trigrams are doing so and so. It's also just the fact that people are so used to talking about Mikey as Trigrams, and not very many people call him Mikey unless they're either, one of our fans or they know him. And there aren't very many people that know him, and he's always commented throughout history as Trigrams Productions anyway.
Ironically, people started talking about Trigrams badly when Brennan was already in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So, remember at the beginning of the stream, there was a question. I know there was a question at the beginning of the stream.
The boss question.
When Boss Raptor died.
Oh, were you...
What were your first thoughts? In Rots? Relieved, finally, my character's fucking dead. I don't have to voice him anymore. And then he brought them back to life. And I'm like, fuck me. Fuck me.
Rot spoilers.
Yeah, whatever. You know, if you get Alex, if you get face rig, you're gonna have to come on the show.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch. There's a really awesome girl who looks like she's part of Oktoberfest in there.
Oh, no, she's gonna be the blue one. She's gonna be the enemy girl.
Why the blue one? We can have Valak be the blue one.
Oh yeah, you're right. He likes that one.
We'll have Valak be the blue one, and Alex could
she's gonna be the Doja. She's gonna be the Doge.
The Doge.
Don't show the Doge, Brandon. We have to keep in character.
I'm not showing the Doge.
Good. I'm just saying. We
That
have to keep
sounds
in
dirty.
character. Oh, you want to show my Doge?
I'm gonna show my Doge.
Oh, so evil. I was extremely relieved. I so did not. You know
That
what?
was Spark.
A lot of people assume that being in Rots is some sort of great achievement. I'll be honest. It was just another Machinima I voiced in. But it was successful, so it's a good thing. So
Yeah.
my voice was heard by millions of people.
People liked King too, even though he fucking died.
Black guy.
I die in every film.
We're gonna have a little short about that too.
No joke, literally, like, okay, God.
I mean, what did you expect, Slowfair? Did you think, oh, I was so sad? Jesus, it's just a freaking role.
Yeah, I mean, people. No, I die all the time, and then like the times I don't die, it's because I'm like a boring leader type.
Oh no, I was talking about he was surprised by my answer about Raptor. I'm like, Slowfair, what do you expect? It's just a freaking character. Like,
But he's supposed to be the precursor to, boss.
It's just I don't understand that. It's like why? It's just a kind of freaking Machinima. It's nothing. It's so lame. Any more questions? Did we cover drama? I think we covered drama.
I don't know what drama is there. Like at the very beginning of the show, we literally said it's
achievements unlocked, voicing in drama and rots. Oh, good one. I like that. I think Tritomic was wondering. We actually were talking about lack of it and how awesome it is. I know you want to talk about the thing that was released about virus. Like, yes, that's what you want to talk about, Tritomic. If you say yes, we're gonna talk about it. If not, then we won't. But we actually was covering the lack of it in the community for now, which is a good thing. I'm enjoying it. Brenda's like, well, I'm kind of cautious about it, man. Yeah. What?
Repeat it. Whatever. I'm typing something.
Oh, she's gonna be a dragon. It's ugly.
You're gonna be a.
That's what
Okay.
he wanted to be a dragon.
You can't chroma key the dragon out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
A little bit.
A little bit, but you'd have to like shove her on the side of the screen.
Yeah, it's just horrible. Like you can't use him like this. It's that's why I don't like him. I think because he's too big. He's too bulky. He wanted to be a dragon. I'm like, fuck no, you're gonna be a pussycat. No, I didn't tell you. I tell you, just pick something else. He's like, I'm gonna be an evil kitty. I don't know. I don't know why people think voicing in rots is like some sort of great achievement.
Well, it is certainly a bit better than voicing in
definitely.
random splatters of... Because, like I said, 300, 400 scripts that I've done, and I have no idea how many of them actually got out there. But when I came to being asked by Arbiter, I knew for a fact it was going to get out there.
And Amelia said this. Also, these people going, I don't care about what's going on in the community, and then coming out and complaining about what people say is kind of... Again, this brings back to what Spearhead said. It's like...
Passive-aggressive, dismissive.
It's like, if you're not involved, why do you care? Like, why do you care so much? And if you don't care, why are you commenting on it? Why are you trying to convince someone else of it too? To mention a community leader to that matter, it's like...
Community leader?
Yeah.
They have those?
Apparently.
Oh, wait. Oh, I was thinking.
Yeah,
it's like a sort of like there are only a few leader figures I can think of.
Right. Okay.
And that would be...
No, I didn't expect you would be sad. I just thought you might have been a little confused by, him dying a little too early. He died in the last part. Like... Alex like, the times I don't die for Machinima is when I don't play a wife or a girlfriend. I'm telling you, you should be in hours. Like, I don't kill characters off.
Yeah. No, I mean, okay, yeah.
I don't
okay,
kill
never
characters
mind.
off.
I was gonna say and then I realized
you're alive, stupid.
You kill Mooks off because I remember the poor janitor that Sai had to swap armor with, but
he wasn't a janitor. He was a soldier.
Soldier? Really?
He was an engineer. Yeah.
Engineer. Yeah, there we go. That's not a soldier.
Well, he had a gun.
Hey.
Yeah.
I gotta keep yelling at you to come upstairs.
Technical difficulties. I guess. What, they were waiting for you?
No, they're like calling me to get food, but I
didn't hear them either.
Just telling them.
I've heard them.
Yeah. I was just telling them I'll be up in a bit.
Oh. Well, we're gonna be over soon anyway. Anything else, people of the internets? Anyone want to cover something really, really, really controversial? Like, I feel like we didn't cover anything controversial today.
What sort of... Oh, really? You just like, okay, this is the end of the show. Let's find something to piss them off so they remember to come back later.
I know. That's Elites of War, girl.
This is Elites of War, episode 10.
Yep.
The one I debuted in.
Correct. As a main character who did not die. He was a badass detective elite.
Lels. Yes, on the screen, yes.
Yes. Lels. What, there's Lels? What's
Lels?
Lels?
No. There's this fellow named, I don't know what his name is. It's like Flame something. He's a person in the Machinima Union, Machinima Evolved forums who talks in a very, like, you know those troll accounts that are like... Flaming Waffle, yes, that guy.
Oh.
He's awesome. I think he's awesome. And he purposely talks like that. And one of the things I've heard him say is "lels," and it's like, it kind of got stuck in my head.
Yeah, he's weird. I was thinking of like a little challenged boy.
Maybe, but I mean, he was very, very polite when he came up and asked me to do like roles for him.
Well,
he hasn't actually given me any roles.
When you need something.
Yeah. I mean,
well, that's also me.
I think it's a playful act, though. I mean, come on.
I don't like it though. I just think it's lack of intelligence. Like, I know he's doing it on purpose, but still.
So, okay, broken English. 2 years, who wouldn't get a low tier? Yeah.
I didn't get teary-eyed over Raptor. Jesus Christ.
Did you play Raptor for years?
Yeah, for 2 years.
Huh?
from the fourth part. So I
Well.
played for 75% of the Machinima. I'm just what you call it. Nobody that died I really cared for. I mean, that just again, Arbiter said it himself. Like the scripts he wrote for Rise of the Spartans were just not good. He said it himself. Like in one of
Disclaimer.
Before
we turn into RB hating
Oh
douchebags.
yeah. Oh my god. No, he actually explained it in the post. What you call it? Post. God damn it. What? In the post Rats show, he explained it. Like he didn't think they were that good, and I could concur. I mean, they were really weird. So I did not feel bad for you. I mean, the person who I really felt who died. Oh Jesus, what was his name? Like Ragath. Like I hate Ragath because it was voiced by someone I don't like, but.
Do some take Machinima too seriously?
Of course.
I'd call that a stupid question, but it's just it's a question with a very obvious
answer. That's the people we make fun of.
Yeah, that's
the people we make fun of, are people who take this shit too seriously.
Yeah.
That's where you create the community.
I don't know. Oh, here comes my favorite scene.
The dancing.
Yeah, the Russian
dancing
the Russian club.
But how do you know it's the Russian club's coming up right now?
Because I see Wolf in a car, and I see people walking, and I remember doing the body acting here, and I see the club in the distance, and I'm just like, oh fuck yes, oh fuck yes, oh fuck yes. Because
I can turn on the sound, I suppose, but I don't want to get copyright. I'm not sure.
I love just the song there.
You can just watch the original episode if you really want to listen to the music.
Yeah, if you really... Yeah, it's just, I love this part. I thought it was brilliant.
I love Elites of War. We need to make Elites of War again. Yeah, well, anything else, people? I mean, every time we ask, we actually get something, so I guess asking is a good thing.
Both as a concept and as videos themselves. Yes. Machinima as a concept is, making movies out of video games. Can you take that too seriously? Yes. Can you take Machinima videos too seriously? Yes.
To the point where you're like, oh no, I felt so sad when the characters died, my heart ached.
Yeah. Then again, sorry. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Like, due to the fact that, it's all Halo and everybody's all rigid and stuff, it's hard to get into a story like that. It's not going to provoke the same feelings as it would if you watched Green Mile.
Oh, but dude, Green Mile, oh my god. Don't even compare.
Yeah, it's not going to compare. You can't really feel too sad about it. And, yeah. Go for it.
You were dead over the death of a guy in green armor. You were dead over the death of somebody's sister because she decided, I'm gonna go fight because I was brainwashed to fight.
Sounds like the ISIS thing going on.
Right now? No, that's different.
They're like bringing in American women for wives and such.
It's different.
Oh, there's some of your masking back when masking was cool.
It's still cool. I still use masking.
I mean, like, back when, like, everybody was all about the big shots with a million people.
Okay, I needed a big shot because it's a big club.
Yeah, that's big. It's the size of a fucking hangar. That's a big club. It's a Russian hangar, too.
Shut up. Well, a lot of clubs are in sort of, like, warehouses and hangars.
Yeah.
And, again, I'm gonna say this, like, nobody who died in Rots made me cry. Like, I killed my own main character off. That did not make me sad. It's just...
Maybe I did get a little teary up when I finally get to hear Fido speak.
No. If anything,
he never spoke.
The best part where you would tear up is when Boss is sort of explaining things to Wolf.
Oh no, I thought we were talking about Rots.
I think so.
And Boss and Wolf aren't in Rot.
What do you consider a writer's strength? Oh, finish your thought first.
Oh, I was making a joke about Fido talking since he never talks.
Yeah, it's a she.
What? No.
It's a she.
They refer to it as he.
It's a she.
Just because it's purple.
Arbiter's really bad at making voices. Like, he's bad at making elite. Like, he's bad at elite voices. So you can tell right away it's Arbiter when he speaks. It's like you and I, we can make sort of different elite voices, but he can't. So it's Arbiter's elite, and he's saying she was a spy all along. It's a she. It's a she.
All right, whatever. What do you consider a writer's strength?
Ability to write different machinimas.
Yeah, for that one. For me, The strength of a writer. The only thing a writer can bring that, and you got to remember, this is a writer, as in somebody who dedicates their time
To
to
writing.
writing, and not just a filmmaker who has to write their own script sometimes.
All right,
I think
Brendan, for a second. Alex, you're a girl, so of course you're gonna cry. Brendan
that's
and I,
sexist. Sexist.
Brendan, Brendan and I, have you ever cried during Machinima?
No, man. I can cry over manga, but I can't cry over machinima.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So, no, nothing made me ever sad. I mean, even Red vs. Blue, sort of.
Didn't Arby make a sex joke in part 9?
I don't
No,
know,
he
did he?
didn't. Even if it seemed like there are co-writers.
It's
Sergeant
probably- he
Rorschach,
probably did
Mythic, Robo Leader 9. Those are the ones who would make such sex jokes.
How many business partners would ever be involved with on Trigrams? And no, I'm not asking for some desperate power of popularity. We love you, Annie. It's okay. No, I don't think we have a limit, but
Yeah, literally right now, our business partners group is of 3, and right now that's the 3 musketeers of Trigrams.
that's
Those
what
are
he
the
calls us.
3 gates of Trigrams. The gates that you can open and explore different media from.
Yeah,
And we pride ourselves on being completely different from each other.
yeah.
So if somebody wants to join and they're too similar to one of us, they can't. No, it'd become redundant and it wouldn't work.
I get it. Because yes, I get it. You're clever. And to sort of expand upon Brandon's thing, we're not looking for bodies. We're looking for people who can work their ass off.
Yeah,
And
get it.
it's you here?
I'm here.
Oh yeah. It's just like again, business. You have to take it as a business, even though like we say it's a hobby, but you have to take it as a work. You know, you can't just come in and expect this to. You have to be able to do everything by yourself.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of then becoming part of something, is because you know what to do. You have experience. You come in to ease your own burden while becoming part of something bigger. And a lot of people can't just give up their individual YouTube channels for this stuff. They just can't do it.
Yeah.
And Brenna and I, we don't ask people to do it because we just want people to come and say, I would like to.
Yeah.
Or we offered to Valak. He said yes because, I look at Valak, I'm like, you know what? I understand. Like, he probably could be very good with this. He'd probably be very interested in this. So I offered it, and I was right. But honestly, if I'm going to go ahead and ask somebody with 1,000 subscribers to, you know what, I really like your work, I would really benefit from you being on our team. So, and they will say no, 100%.
Yeah.
They will just say no.
Or at least they would try for a bit and then end up drifting out.
I am actually thinking no. They would never say, I'm going to give up what I earned and go and join you. Look, Valak did this, but he did this not only because, hey, these guys are awesome or these guys work well with me. It's because, you know what, these guys, they know what they're doing. That was part of it. And unfortunately, it's a lot of people don't have the strength of character to make this commitment. That's a commitment. They just don't know how to make the commitment. So 3 for now is good. If we're gonna have a 4th person, somebody, but it has to be somebody like us but different from us.
Well, let me think about it. There's the 4 temperament ensemble.
The fuck is that?
Hold on. Let me look up a pretty decent form of it. The 4 temperament ensemble, laconic-wise. In a group, there's a cheerful person.
Mm-hmm.
There's a passionate person.
Mm-hmm.
There's the stolid, realistic, the organized one.
That's me.
And then there's the perfectionist.
That's Valak.
So Valak is the perfectionist. You're the stolid, and I'm definitely the cheerful one. We would need somebody who is very passionate and energetic.
Like Alex.
Whew.
I think the next one has to be a girl. We can't have another dude. No.
If you want to go with the Smurfette principle.
Yes, Smurfette, definitely.
And then, if we ever need a Zoidberg, we could just have somebody who's like relatively
Stupid.
neutral. Like
Something stupid too.
the neutral one who's like a jack of all trades within this group of jacks of all trades.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, what does jack of all trades mean? Jack of all trades mean?
We would just need a guy who's just like, he fits generally everywhere, but it's just like, yeah, he'd be like the buddy one of us brings in.
Okay, Solar. Elites of War came out before Rots. Solar for Elites of War episode 9 came before Rots. I don't know what you mean by the confusion.
Wait, that's the point I was making. Boss, he's not calling Boss Raptor when Boss is Raptor. He's just using Boss for the entire referencing, I think.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that Elites of War is 15 years into the future, so why not Zoidberg?
By the way, if you're thinking of what you would call a group of 10 of us at Trigrams, you're thinking of decagrams.
Decagrams, you're right.
But
dozen grams. What the fuck is dozen grams?
Phytograms?
No, thank you.
Zenograms? You guys are
grams.
Goofballs. You're all goofballs.
That's what she said. Follow him. He's smart. He knows how to call you people. Goofy balls. Yeah, goofy balls. Yuck. Like, I didn't like the character of Fido. Like, I thought it was comic relief at very basic. They had that red guy, Brass. He was comic relief already. Why do you need another comic relief? Why are you opening your mouth?
Well, everybody needs a Michelangelo to the rest of their Ninja Turtle squad, I guess.
I guess so. I guess you're right. Anything else, people?
Just no. Quadgrams. We actually had. Remember when Virus was like, he wanted to ask if he could parody us. He had like, wanted to see if he could just like call us Quad Kilo.
Quad who?
Quad Kilo, as in the unit of measurement in kilograms.
4 grams.
And so, in order to censor our name, instead of
it's about the thing he wanted to write. Like 200-page paper self-biography.
Essentially, what he would have done on here.
Oh yeah, probably.
I think he's been wanting to get his story out for a long time now.
I know, right? It's like he wants to do it in Machinima. Okay, what do you think of Machinimas that try to tackle real issues? Bullshit.
None of them do them right.
Bullshit. None of them. Absolutely none. That's why it's called Machinima, not real film. If you want to tackle real issues, go ahead and make a live action film. Don't use Machinima for that.
At the moment, Machinima, the only thing you can really tackle in Machinima would be war. Yeah, there's war. The whole war is hell concept. You can't really do poverty. Everybody is literally walking around in diamond-laced suits.
Yeah, no. Like,
they had to buy that shit.
I hate. Well, why are you wearing this suit? Because the atmosphere is toxic. Like, why are you wearing this suit? Because, like,
just live on a different planet, dude.
That's why in Elites of War episode 10, I avoided the entire issue. Like, to me, it's just clothes. But I actually acknowledge that they're helmets because what's his name? God damn it. Klaus takes off his helmet to eat.
Yeah.
What's his name? Wolf was in different clothing when he was in the hospital.
Oh, look, you see him right here.
Right?
Randy's eyebrow game is strong as a cat. Yeah, I know, Mike. Like, comparing, like, Mikey's face is what happens when you try to humanize a dog. Mine is just a straight-up cat. And if I, like, go eyebrow game style, I'd be like, I add a grin to it.
Ew, so scary. People trying to make excuses for why they're wearing this armor. I'm like, this because Machinima, that's why?
God, if you can see my real webcam, my face would be even more horrible.
Because you have to over-exaggerate, like,
Yeah, so it's like, I have white teeth. I have very white teeth.
You're black. Of course you have white teeth. What do you expect? It's an evil look. I can do one too.
I can't see it because I'm not seeing your screen.
Yeah, no, you'll see it later. I love these questions about Machinima. Like, I'm telling you, it's like watching a football game or a video game and just dissecting this shit.
Do you enjoy making Skyrim Machinima?
Okay, Skyrim Machinima is so much harder to make than Halo, but it's so much more rewarding. It just
Definitely looks a lot prettier.
What?
I said it definitely looks a lot prettier.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love Skyrim. Like I'm making right now, chapter 5. I love how it's coming out so far. There's so much contrast between the last chapter and this chapter, and there's so much more to like. It feels slower, but it's about the same length so far. It's just awesome. I love making Skyrim Machinima. It's just fun, and I can do it all by myself. I don't need a body actor. The problem is that you can't, like, it's more expressive than Halo. Like, would you say so? It's more expressive.
Yeah,
But-
I'm not sure you can't really
But
move
it's not.
faces.
You can give them emotions.
Yeah, people have faces in Skyrim.
Yeah.
That kind of makes a difference.
Oh, Battlefield, we tried. Brendan doesn't want to get a Battlefield, so we can actually test it out.
Yeah, no,
And we also tried doing Destiny, and we had like shitload of footage, but I forgot to turn on the volume, so it was all muted. I'm like, fuck it, it's just Destiny.
because you can just add your own sound effects and theme.
I already deleted everything.
Lazy motherfucking
But
what?
how am I supposed to add the blaster bolts?
Blaster bolts just add noises. Pew 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 pew.
Yeah, but it won't match your bullets. Whatever. I know Boss was created in a Reupload game before runs. Yes, I'm referring to Raptor as Boss in all universes. But timeline-wise, the events of Leads of War comes after. Yes, they are coming out after.
Yeah, because isn't Elites of War after the war?
Yeah, it's 15 years after the war.
15 years.
Well, technically, the events of Boss's storyline is actually 14 years or so
Yeah.
after the fact.
Destiny would have been so fun if it had theater mode. It doesn't even need theater mode. It just
Yeah.
needs that one patch that lets you disable the HUD for a bit.
Not even, but Alex, have you seen our Destiny Machinima? Like, I'm gonna show it right now. I'm gonna pause this.
Yeah,
Let me go ahead and
whip it out.
I'll whip it out all over. I show me.
Just no joke. Disabling the HUD is the most basic thing that you could do in an MMO because of screenshots, which is, good for advertising and marketing an MMO. You see a fan base that's nice and able to take screenshots of other things because they can take away the HUD. That's good. That's good.
So
If
there you go. This is
Destiny-
our Destiny Machinima, Alex. Just so if you're interested, but to answer Infinity Chapter Sky's question, you have to be ready to be extremely well versed with the commands. I'm gonna lower the volume just a little bit. You have to be extremely versed with the commands and command. You have to do a lot of modding to it, if you want to make it stand out. And ours is not the best. The best one is Origins of Dragonborn Origins. Check that out. It's amazing. Like, I wish I could do the stuff he does. Like, but ours is good. Like, I like our style. Again, our style is very in your face. I love I love our style for Skyrim. It's really really good. I like it.
You still made it look pretty.
No? What?
Destiny.
Because I made it pretty. Have you noticed how pretty I made it?
Yeah. I mean, artificial editing is just part of the filmmaking process, though.
But
I mean,
it's-
real life looks kind of crappy until you
Like,
edit
honestly,
it anyway.
it's sort of required to add all this bullshit to make Destiny Machinima-able. Because otherwise it looks so bad. It looks so bland. It looks so ugly. And again, I'm
It's
saying...
real life.
Oh, shut up. No, but in film form. Remember, you have to make film a little bit more exaggerated to attract attention.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that being said, I mean, I think ours is the best looking one. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be cocky again.
Right now, everybody's seeing that blinding orange sunset part of it, and apparently that's just all natural, not edited there.
I don't know. Yes.
I wish you didn't have to wait 5 minutes for your gun
for
to
the
go.
gun to come down. It's such a time waster too. It's ridiculous.
How do you think they marketed that? It's like, will you be able to lower your weapons in Destiny? Yeah, and you don't even have to push anything.
You have to wait. So how do I do it? You wait, motherfucker.
Just wait. Did you just hit that controller? Now you gotta wait 5 minutes still, fucker.
Okay, let's continue with this. Oh my god, we're only 56 minutes into episode 10. God, it's 3 hours long. What the hell?
We're not
was
gonna
I
watch
thinking?
it.
No, we're not. No,
We're
no,
almost hitting 3 hours of the show alone.
which is the max, and the last portion was like BS. But you know, people still here. So, any more questions?
Yeah.
Because I'm almost ready to go take a leak.
I still need to eat.
Me too.
Eating is important.
Very.
Remember to
very.
eat, kids. Not don't eat kids. Just remember to eat, comma, kids.
Unless you like eating kids.
Mm.
No, don't do that.
I'm a cat. It's not cannibalism. I'm not.
You're a cat.
Cats will eat you if you die next to them.
Yeah, I'm a cat. I'm a kitty cat.
I thought that was strange.
What?
Like your house cats will eat you if you die beside them.
Ah.
They'll be like, oh shit, you're dead. Well, nom 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 nom.
Well, actually, we actually can talk about something else. Film Riot, our unofficial sponsor, or vice versa. If you're interested in learning a few tips and tricks, go ahead and watch some Film Riot stuff. We support Film Riot.
I thought it was awesome. Not even us, but okay. I go to college for filmmaking. Okay. I was asking my professor about things I can do to get better, and he actually recommended Film Riot to me.
Oh, high five, bro.
Yeah, like even professors, and this guy is a guy who has made videos and commercially sold them. They hired a guy like him.
Film Riot guys, they worked for real. They did music videos. They did not music videos. They also did a lot of commercials for companies and stuff in their local area, and trailers as well. Like these guys did a lot of real life work.
And they have a lot of easy to make DIY stuff.
Oh, very, and they're so helpful too. Lights, filters, everything. So it's kick-ass.
Yeah.
Who's Hansel and Gretel? I don't like that. That was an okay movie, I suppose.
I thought that was hilarious.
Right, Hansel and Gretel. That's true. So we're
Jack and
approaching
Jill's even worse,
3 hours, so we can actually hold out for 3 hours, or we can drop it. I don't know. If there's anything else left to talk about? Okay. Boss dies in the OE timeline, which is why him dying in Rot's storyline didn't make sense. Which is why I was wondering if at first we're confused. Anyway, I think you get the point. I don't get it. I still don't get Brendan.
Okay, what?
I'm curious. I want to know what. I know what's funny. I want to know.
Hansel and Gretel?
No, the other one.
Oh, my brother has the phone and he's watching Starving Games, the parody of Hunger Games.
I love that one. That was funny.
Yeah, and it got to the biscuit scene where she bit into the biscuit and just like destroyed
Solar Flare says, Boss dies in the OE timeline. It's the same timeline. It's just, look, you gotta understand that Rot's storyline is during the Covenant War. Boss's storyline is 14 years after the end of the war. So him dying in the future is perfectly fine, considering he doesn't die in Rot's storyline anyway, because everybody gets revived by the ring.
Yeah, everybody gets revived. That's actually a pretty...
So
see, that's what you call that's what TV Tropes calls the cosmic retcon.
Right?
Everybody gets revived. That means, Raptor gets put back to life, only to die again.
One thing when I told Arbiter, I told him, hey, is my character's gonna die? And he said no. That's why I said, okay, let's make it like a little story for him. And so he didn't die, apparently, because the ring brought him back to life, even though I hated that so much. Because I think his co-writers urged him to kill everybody off for that drama. And then he's like, I want them alive. That's not how the story should end.
Kill everybody like the G1 Transformers movie.
Yeah, so he dropped all the co-writers, and I love the scanning scene for the sniper rifle. That was really well made.
Yeah, it was one of those things where you just wanted to show off all your gun knowledge, though.
I know, but it was really well made. I just realized how good it was, like how cool it was. I didn't know it was that cool.
Did a lot of cool things back then.
I know, and I mean, you have seen the previews for the Space Marine, right? I did a lot of cool things there too.
Oh yes. We still need to get that out.
I know, and we need body actors, but we'll get it out eventually. I'm working on Skill and Claw right now,
Yeah. Gather the Dragon Balls. Don't remind me of G1. Sorry, Alex. I'm sorry. As a Halo Lord.
I was a little angered by the reviving. Okay, listen. The writers have creative. What do you call it? Creative.
Creative license.
Yeah, they have creative license. They can do whatever you want, cause you don't know everything about the lore of the rings. You have no idea what it can and can't do.
The lore of the rings.
Lore. I see what I did there. Lore of the rings. Oh, that was so funny. Oh, look at that! I even included a nanobot.
A nanobot. Yeah.
Inside the barrel. I remember what it's about now.
Prowl's death. Oh God. No, I'm thinking more about whoever poor soul got shot to death at the console of the Ark. He literally turned around. I think it was Ironhide or maybe Blur. Whoever it was, he got his face shot in by Starscream.
He screams at stars, doesn't he?
He screams a lot, especially when Megatron blasts his ass out of everything.
It's like Team Rocket. Blasting off again. My guy smiles a lot.
That's what happens when you have dog lips.
Go suck a nut. It's like, hell no. No, give it to me. The story was crap. I did not like the story in Rots. I thought it was overloaded a little bit.
Yeah. But remember, back at the time, we had lower
standards. But
yeah, lower standards.
It was just a fun action machine. What can I say?
Yeah.
Every time we go to that's pretty much when we should sort of end the show.
Yeah. I'm still waiting. I like watching the chatting going on in the chat thing. Ironhide didn't get that shot.
Especially when Alex is talking.
Huh?
Especially when Alex is talking.
She says interesting.
What is he watching now?
He's watching the same thing. He's watching Netflix on his phone in the distance.
He's watching Netflix on his phone? He doesn't have a freaking TV? Oh yeah, your ex was busy. Oh God, I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty. Thirsty.
I've got to eat. Mikey's got to drink and pee.
So if
you just solve your problem with one action, just go Bear Grylls on that shit.
2 more minutes. If any more last questions, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
We're gonna milk it for all we got, man.
Milk it for all we got. You know, it's like me when I work at Subway. It's just like, you know, my shift ends at 3, but it's like 2:30. It's like, okay, I just gotta wait. I'm not gonna go early. I'm not gonna leave early. There's just need a few more minutes just to get the solid paycheck I need. Come on.
Solid paycheck is good.
So no one likes to lick toads and get high. I like that Futurama episode.
I know, right? Hypnotoad. That was from Simpsons. I know, I'm so confused.
Buy it. Lol.
One more minute to go, man.
Dude, we've been here for 2 hours 51 minutes, and
that's longer. That's longer than the last show.
We need to be here for 9 minutes to make it solid.
No, we're gonna stop at 52.
Oh my!
Half a minute to go.
All right, then. Right now the stream is lagging, so it looks like Wolf and Klaus are demon possessed.
Why? Oh, because they kind of have the
yeah, they jerk and vibrate and stuff while they're talking, so it's like.
I actually don't have that.
Like the father of the pride of the country. Yeah. Look at Klaus. Did you see Klaus's head? It was just like.
I think it's just you, man.
Your goodness.
All right, so that's it.
Okay.
2 minutes has passed. Thank you so much for coming to M&B Show. We had like 15 viewers max and 11 to 13 in general for the later parts of the show, which were the fun ones.
Pretty solid. We never went below 9, which I thought was good.
Yeah, we did. We got 8 once.
8. Okay, well 8 is pretty solid. So.
And again, we don't really keep count, but it's always nice when there's more people.
Yeah.
Okay, for face rig, I'm either gonna be a fox or be a fox, please. Please be a fox. I'm a wolf.
Fox or.
No, you're not gonna be a wolf. You're gonna be a fox. The sexy fox one.
Sexy wolves are nice.
There's no sexy wolf one.
Oh, damn.
I'm the sexy wolf. The sexy fox one. Yeah, you're gonna be a sexy fox one. Then you're gonna kind of come on the show and be sexy with us. Yes? Brendan, high five. So yeah, thank you for coming on M&B Show. Appreciate it. It was really nice. Our first M&B Show after 50th anniversary. Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you're still enjoying it. Hopefully people are gonna watch it after.
Hopefully you're not watching this so you can try to kill us later.
Why would they try to kill us?
Why wouldn't they?
Oh, good. I understand now.
So like a hybrid between a cat, wolf, and a fox. That's what you
It
call...
will be Colfix. Colfix. Or Folat.
I don't know. If you have to call fucks, you're not very lucky.
Oh god damn it, we're so bad. We should be sued.
I think they actually have a name for that, by the way.
Shit.
A Shih Tzu.
Oh, shit. So okay. Anyway, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I'm Mikey,
And I am Brandy.
you were watching M&B Show. Remember, Film Riot is the place to go for machinima, for film stuff, and you were watching Elites of War this whole day. Hope you enjoyed.
And a little bit of other things.
Yeah, Expecto Patrona.
Nice.
All right, guys. Thanks.
All right.
See you
Have a
later.
good one. And in case all the comments get deleted, know that we still love you all.
And we read them. So bye.
Yes. Bye.